Hi everybody, and welcome back to StorytellerSpira's channel for Tuesday Night Vampires, our continuing game of New Orleans by Night. We are on to episode 12. So yeah. And how are all of my lovely players tonight?
So good.
Yes.
Doing freaking awesome, man.
Rapidly stuffing my face full of food.
Sabani went like British instead of Brooklyn.
Yes, go ahead.
Little depressed. My glass had a hole in the bottom of it, so I wasted an entire beer.
Oh no.
That's a sad day.
It is a sad day.
Like, why would you buy a glass that has a hole in it?
It was my horn mug.
Ah, rough.
Oh, did it finally lose some of the seal on it, I guess?
I haven't had time to actually look at what happened. It was just pouring beer, so in trash can.
Everybody is in the wrong spots. Look at me being a terrible person.
Nice.
Oh, look at that Luther.
This is gonna be great!
Well,
Okay,
I'm in the right spot, so I'm just gonna sit back.
Yeah, I'm also in the right spot.
I could be Abraham.
Well, I'm just your average Toreador, and
Oh, thanks.
I'm a Toreador. Me!
That's actually kind of spot on.
Elvish almost got her wish of a body swap episode.
I
One of
really
these
want there to
days.
be a body swap episode, man. Those are always fun. I'm not kidding. Like, I really want one.
Is it a Rebecca's spell gone crazy? I mean, I feel like you have at least the close to the dots for it.
yeah.
Or Lily's taking a vacation south.
I mean, really, no one knows what happens when you botch.
Time to play good cop, Kenzie cop.
All right. Well, yeah. So last episode, our intrepid gang of kindred plus one mage were out and about throughout the city, trying to make some more sense of these kidnappings, follow some clues, get some names. In particular, Rebecca, Theo, Luther, and Dinah went to the hospital to check on the ghoul Thomas that Rebecca had put in said hospital. While there, Dinah was able to use her presence to get some information out of Thomas. Mainly, he mentioned the name Hector, which they've heard before. Rebecca and Abraham had heard before in reference to what was going on. But he also mentioned that at this mysterious warehouse where these humans and kindred are being kidnapped and taken to, they are either tortured for fun, bled to death, or, just drank to death. Some are turned, and however, after they're turned, some of them are killed. Very strange goings on. And as they continued to ask him what happened with the bodies, all Thomas could clarify were that he sometimes saw some vans on the lot, and it looked like potentially bodies being transported out of the area in them. To wrap that scene up, Theo used one of his higher level Thanatosis disciplines to place a flesh-eating disease in the man's throat that should kill him, essentially. Luther also followed up with the prince a bit, gave him some of the information they'd found, and asked if he had gotten any further information, which he unfortunately had not gotten much else yet. He has his scouts out in the area. On the other side of town, Bjorn with Abraham and the local gangrel Roxy decided to traipse through Lupin territory in an effort to get close to a witness that the local special task force of the police department, sort of essentially hunters, were keeping a witness in a warehouse. They were actually able to retrieve said witness, Paul, and make it out of there without being shot by the two guardsmen. And in the meantime, they did run into Lupin, particularly Maria and a big furry friend. Maria offered them safe passage through the territory, so long as Bjorn and Roxy would meet her again in a couple nights to discuss a favor, or at least something she needs from them. That said, otherwise, Bjorn and Roxy have Paul in tow, who is still unconscious, but probably not for all that much longer. So, also Rebecca, Luther, Dinah, and Theo started making a plan, in which case they were going to take Theo to the warehouse while staked as an offering, to those within. Theo did drink some of Rebecca's blood in preparation, and did you stake him, or was that where we left off? I forget if he was already staked.
Yeah, we staked him.
That's what I thought. Okay.
So what we were gonna do was that Rebecca was like, I guess you guys can just kind of take me in, and I was like, well, I don't know about that. Like, it would either be you or like one of us would have to be staked, and it kind of went out of control from there. And then Theo volunteered, and so we staked him because we didn't know what to do with that. So
Luther's at the hospital playing Uno with the guy waiting for the prince to catch up.
Luther decided to stay with Thomas. He is playing Uno and waiting for the prince to arrive.
Exactly.
Thank you. That was a note I forgot to write down.
Going into warehouses with violent men isn't exactly Luther's, it's not his cup of tea. It's not his game.
Hey, but you know what? Rebecca doesn't know that, so she's solidly going to suggest that we call Luther up.
For sure.
We don't want to go in there by ourselves. Like, we don't know what's in there.
No, let's get the whole Scooby gang together.
A lot of probably close to frenzy vampires, for one thing. Like, they could probably just cut them all loose and no one would... Solidly don't want to go in there with just two of us and a staked Theo.
All right. Well, in that case, I would like to start with Rebecca, Dinah, and Theo, and see what you all decide to actually do.
Okay. All right, that's solidly a thing that I just did.
So he's gonna be fine, right?
What'd you say, honey?
He's gonna be fine, right?
Oh, yeah, he'll be fine. He drank some of yours, he'll be fine. I would like to go in there soon, as in tonight, but I don't think it's the best idea if only the two of us take him in and then pull the stake out when we have an emergency button.
Yeah, no, I'm not ready to die, so...
No, I solidly don't want to die either. So we are going to call Luther. He is not always down for coming to these kinds of things himself. However, he's very good at getting in touch with everyone else. So we'll do that.
Yeah, I mean, I know that he's kind of tied up, but hopefully he's free once the prince is.
Also, since the prince is coming there, maybe the prince can send some guys there emergency style.
Oh! I have a terrible idea. Do you want to hear it?
This isn't a terrible idea, she says, gesturing to the staked Theo.
She kind of looks at him for a second. No, I have a terrible idea, so do you want to hear it?
I always want to hear it, honey.
So the prince gave me a bodyguard, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jacob, yeah.
Maybe we could use that.
Not bad. Yeah, call him up.
Right now, just say, hey, could you pop on by? Could you zip on over?
Yes. I'm gonna call Luther, you call Jacob.
Sure.
You do yours first, so we don't like simul.
Ring, ring.
Spira.
I heard you.
Okay.
After
Things take time, okay?
I had to get a picture up of our lovely,
No.
angry,
Oh, I'm sorry.
antisocial
You're right.
Bruja.
No, he's not picking up.
He's just one of those people who rings at or who
I just
picks
wanted
up
to make
after
sure
the
you
fourth
heard,
ring.
that's all. No offense, but
He absolutely is. So after a few rings, he does answer the phone. Hey,
Hey, how are you?
there's a pause. Fine. Is everything alright?
Are you busy?
Is this about...
Gonna take that as a no. Could you come over to this warehouse thing? I kinda need a little help.
Where are you?
She'll relay an address.
Does this have to do with, those mages?
Nope. I mean, I don't know, but probably not.
What? Should I bring supplies?
Yeah, I would say yes.
Alright. I'll, and there's another pause before he mumbles. I guess 20 minutes, alright?
Absolutely.
Alright, I'll see you there.
All right. Love the enthusiasm, honey. Keep it up. Bye.
alright, I'm gonna call Luther. Hey.
Well, hello there, darling.
Hey, honey. We went to the warehouse and we have an idea for how to get in, but we don't like that it's just 3 of us, so we're trying to wrangle up some other participants.
Oh.
You don't have to, honey. I just need you to get someone, if the, like, say, when the prince gets there to pick up, his guys come to pick up, I forgot his name already. The gentleman that we talked to at the hospital.
Yes. So, just so I get this right, you are now at the warehouse and now trying to think of a plan, or what exactly are you doing?
Yes, well, things got a little out of hand, and Theo volunteered himself to be incapacitated, and so we did that. And then it dawned on us that this maybe was not exactly the, I mean, it wasn't the best plan to begin with, but we would like some reinforcements. We're going to try to go in, basically carrying him as a kind of a slight disguise, because it looks like a more random people, kind of like it's not always the same people that come in, and they're always bringing someone in.
You guys didn't happen by chance just to think about sneaking in, did you? Just
Yes, but I am not the most stealthy.
all right. Yeah, when the prince gets here, I'll talk to him and see if I can get some wrangled up. But maybe I can make a couple of calls. But I mean, these kind of people aren't exactly my kind of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know. Thank you, honey. I appreciate it.
And I will be there also. I don't know. Maybe just having more bodies there would just. I don't know. I don't know what to do in this kind of situation. But yeah, I'll try and figure it out.
Yeah, as timely as possible, if that's at all feasible. It kind of is gnawing at me that the longer that we wait, the more people are being hurt almost by the hour. So
Yeah, yes, that makes sense. Also, and why are you incapacitating Theo? He might be the best one to handle himself in this kind of situation.
He volunteered, and he said he wanted to see how they would react to someone high profile being brought in as opposed to low profile.
Dinah, I don't mean to drop this bombshell of information on you, but maybe he's not the wisest man to be listening to plans to.
No, he isn't. That's why we incapacitated him. I was afraid he would run off somewhere inside, and then we wouldn't see it, and it would just be a trail.
What did you do to him? What did you do to old Theo?
We might have stuck an implement in his chest.
Who did it? Was it
Me.
you? How was it? Was it
It was
everything I hoped and
satisfying. I'm
dreamed
not
of?
going to lie.
I bet it was. I bet. All right. Yeah, when the prince gets here, I'll tell him you staked Theo, and
He
I'm sure
volunteered. He volunteered.
I'll keep that part out. And the prince will, I'm sure, send 100 men just to thank you for it. I have a game of Uno to go back to, and
Oh, excuse me. Yes.
yeah,
I'll leave you to the
I'll see what
wild
I
draw
can do.
forwards. You're gonna have an interesting night. Thank you, honey. Bye.
Oh, of course. Bye.
Luther, as you get off the phone, you do see Thomas looking a little wide-eyed, just kind of holding a card he was about to place down, like, okay.
I don't have to worry about you now, do I, Thomas?
No, I told you I was gonna keep quiet.
Okay. All right. I'm just making sure. Then I'll lay down my next card, which is a draw 4, and slam it down.
Thomas tries to look interested, but he's kind of just going along with this since you seem to have offered and doesn't want to upset anyone in your party.
You're no fun, Thomas, I tell you. You're no fun at all.
I am still recovering from surgery.
You're about to recover from this ass whooping, and then I'll slam down another draw 4.
He just sighs. After a little longer of you playing with Thomas, Marcel just walks into the room. As usual, he has a pretty commanding sense about him. He's dressed in a fine suit. Nothing for the opera, but still well cut and cleaned. He looks Thomas over for a second, but then beelines straight forward toward you.
You said it was Marcel, correct?
Yes.
Hello, Marcel. Just you tonight?
I have 2 close associates downstairs in my car, and others waiting by the phone. Can you, would you mind stepping outside with me for a moment?
No, of course not. And I'll sit up and walk outside.
Thank you. Out in the hall, he waits for a nurse to pass by, and once the 2 of you are more alone, it is late night at a hospital, so the halls are pretty quiet, and a lot of the lights are dimmed. He speaks at a lower volume to you. Alright, Luther, what exactly have you found out so far?
Well, there's a warehouse, and they are taking people there, and...
Yes, I'm gonna cut you off because he gave you that information. He has the scouts out there. He's asking if you got anything more out of Thomas.
So what does he not know the location of it, or?
He wouldn't have known about Hector, the vans, all that sort of thing, the weird goings on in the lower floors.
Okay, then yeah, the weird goings on was just like a weird murder, torture thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what did I know about Hector?
Just that the name's come up a couple different times now.
Apparently there's a man named Hector, and vans kidnapping people, and apparently in the lower floors they are doing some mighty dark stuff down there.
I'll make sure to let my men know about that. Perhaps they shouldn't go too far into the building just yet.
Well, about that, some of our brethren have gotten a little bit antsy about the whole situation, and might have already drove down there and are waiting to ambush and sneak in. And I don't know what the grand scheme of it all is, but they're there, and they might need some backup, or we might have some trouble on our hands.
No, Luther, please, whoever it is, or you can tell me and I'll get it sorted, but I wouldn't have anyone going in there tonight.
Look, I can try. I could try to talk to them and see if I can persuade them not to, but from what they know of what's going on down there, they want to stop it as soon as they can.
I do as well, but without more intelligence, that could be very dangerous. They could be walking in and getting themselves kidnapped, hurt, or worse. Who is it?
I have the numbers. I can handle that and just talk, but it's a thin line of me being able to convince them or them just rushing in there without me or without your help.
Well, if you're concerned about not being able to convince them otherwise, then perhaps I should speak with them.
Marcel, these aren't exactly the people that you kind of convince. They're pretty hard-headed.
He starts rubbing his forehead. I think I can assume one of them.
I think we can all assume the most hard-headed of any man in New Orleans is with them, and probably not going to stop this without a fight.
Listen, Luther, I am going to have my scouts perhaps continue patrolling the larger area, but I'm not going to have to send them in, and I recommend you and yours don't either.
I agree. All right. I'll give them a call and tell them that you think that we should back off for another night, but you're going to have some upset kindred on your hands if they have to go through multiple nights of knowing that some of Oz and humans are being tortured down there.
I will gather the right forces this evening, but I want to make sure everyone is as well prepared as they can be if we are walking into God knows what nor how many.
Say 24 hours and then we go in. I'm sure if I had some kind of timeline, we can I can persuade them to back off.
Yes, I can assure you I can have them ready first thing tomorrow evening. Perhaps even a couple more sturdy ghouls can go looking beforehand.
All right, 24 hours. Yeah, okay. I can do that. As for and I'll kind of nod into the room. What's your plan with him?
I have a doctor on staff here, one of ours. I'm going to make sure he keeps a close eye on our friend and that he isn't going anywhere for now.
You want taking him out of here?
I will decide exactly where he's going after he leaves here, but for now, I might have more questions for him. No reason to undo all the fine work that these people have done for him.
All right, boss. Okay. I figured you just were going to pull him out and question him somewhere else, but if you want to keep him here, you want to keep him here.
It doesn't draw as much suspicion among the rest of the staff if the man who just finished surgery remains in his room a day or two longer.
I understand. Yes. No, you are correct. If you have this, I'm going to go make my phone call before my friends make a very foolish mistake, and I'll call you tomorrow, and hopefully we can get this all figured out.
He adjusts his coat and brushes his sleeves. Yes, I'll be in contact, and starts walking off.
Yeah, I'll start walking to my car, and I'll pull out my phone and call Dinah. Ring, ring.
Yes?
Dinah, how quickly can you guys back out of that situation?
Luther, we staked Theo.
I know I know you staked Theo. That's a very joyous moment in my life. But I'm just saying, I just got done talking to the prince, and he's talking about within 24 hours, him gathering up as much men as he can, and we will go in there tomorrow evening, maybe even as soon as the sun goes down.
That's a whole nother night of people being brought in.
You trust me, you don't have to tell me. I'm right here with you. But if we can do this in a more safe manner, and with the help of the prince, which we won't get for another 24 hours or so, then maybe we should just back off a little bit. No, not we had this conversation yesterday about being safe and all that, and I don't please don't do this. Please, we can all meet up, have a drink, and we can do this again tomorrow. Dinah?
Yes, Luther?
Please tell me you are walking out of there with everyone.
I don't want to go directly against the prince's orders. Let's just put it that way.
And nor do I. And I mean, if it was just going up against the prince's orders, that's one thing. But if it means us doing this in a smarter way, then let's do this in a slightly smarter way. And who knows? Maybe it means you get to stake Theo again, which is.
Thank you. Why you gotta sweeten that pot like that? I don't think he'll let me. I think that was a once in an undead lifetime opportunity.
I think you might be right. How about your place? All of us meet up and we can talk about it.
All right, but I'm keeping him staked the car ride there.
Yes. Yep. Well, I mean, he could be staked until the next night. I don't.
No, I wouldn't do that to him.
Well, I'll meet you at your place. Do you guys need a ride or anything?
No, we got a car. We're in Rebecca's car.
All right. I'll see you there.
Thank you, honey. Stop being a voice of reason, all right? You're gonna make me live too long.
All I do.
Bye.
Hang up.
So real quick, during that phone call, I want it recorded that Rebecca drew a fancy mustache and monocle on our sleeping comrade.
Noted. I am writing it down.
Was Sharpie or like
Sharpie.
what?
She
Vic?
has a Sharpie in her purse.
All right.
So, Rebecca, the prince is not going to help us until tomorrow night.
Well, that's dumb.
Yeah, so you might want to tell your friend Jacob to hold off there, but he's welcome to come drinking with us if he's so inclined.
I'm sorry, so the prince isn't helping, so that means we shouldn't do it?
Oh, this is why I want to go in there. I really want to go in there.
Okay, so we call Bjorn and Abraham, and we don't tell him that the prince doesn't want to help. And then we do it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us. Do you think can handle it? Maybe
I don't
7
know what
if
they're
Luther wants to
doing.
join in?
Honey, it will come out that it was us who led the charge into this place directly against the prince's orders.
I mean, sure, but he's not my prince, so...
Sure, then it's me. Even more reason. Do you see? If I can be just a little selfish for a minute there.
Okay, so you're suggesting that we do this tomorrow evening, right away. And what intel are we supposed to gather until then? You guys aren't awake during the day.
No, as in this, he is sending his own scouts in there right now. Or at least to look around. I am not the most stealthy of kindred.
Okay, so let's not stealth.
No, we're not going in there, Rebecca. I'm sorry. I really wanted to do this.
All right.
But I like having the idea of 20 other vampires backing us up. I like that idea a lot.
All right.
That is
I have
idea.
a really great idea, right? Like a solidly good idea. Are you ready? Why don't we just stake it out right now, and then we get shit done, and instead of waiting for the prince, we already know what's inside. And that I'm not telling us to storm in. That's not my suggestion.
I really want to, but I promised that I wouldn't let myself get hurt.
I'm suggesting that we stake this out from the car. Give me like
From
30
the car? What, can
Yeah.
you do something?
Yes, it's called magic, honey.
Oh, yeah, go at it, honey. Every minute with the staked Theo is a grand minute to me.
I need to figure out the dots for this.
Hey, so is Theo conscious and capable?
I was actually just going to say, Theo, please tell us your thoughts, because yes, he is perfectly conscious.
Dinah knows she can hear.
I mean, Rebecca doesn't.
Dinah knows.
Theo may be quiet for a while. And then there might just be a rash of dead people all over the city.
Oh, Dinah was hoping he would think it was funny.
Hold on.
It's the cowardice that got him.
Rebecca doesn't want to be a coward, but her
I know.
man is
I
a
know.
wingman.
But that's the thing that got him. It's like, it's all fun and games until we bitch out. And he's like, oh. He does know why, though.
Dinah is absolutely not a coward. Like, she has her reasons.
As a note, you can still perform non-physical disciplines, essentially.
No interest.
Just letting you know, in case you want to, like, turn into a hot movie star, just fuck with them while laying there.
I mean, if they leave him long enough, he may start to visibly decompose and his skin starts sloughing off all over her car.
Oh, a mustache.
Yeah, you'll be cleaning that up off the floor.
Will she, though? Or will she magic it up off the floor? I don't know.
That's
You
a
have the
thing.
sticky ash thing too. Just get all gross all over her car.
Well, actually, if I turned into a pile of ash, I'd no longer be staked, would I?
Yeah, actually, I think you can undo that. Wait, no, no, because that's gonna be a physical thing. Obfuscate's mask would work. You're not physically doing something with your body. If you're transforming into another state, that's a physical reaction with your body. Good questions.
Sound like the teacher. Good question, though. I encourage those.
Sorry, I'm currently trying to see exactly which dot of correspondence would
Sure.
make sense to scout from here.
Yeah, while you're figuring that out, I'll also explain, it is a very typical warehouse, but like the windows are pretty dingy. You can't really see inside, except that it looks like there's a fire in there. And the upper floors look like they're probably entirely abandoned. Like, all the windows are broken, boarded up. It doesn't look like there might be anyone even, above the first floor, or the ground floor. But you do know that there's stuff underground. Yes, so yeah, no, that would be overpowered. The whole staking thing is supposed to be like, you can't undo being staked. Like, save unless being maybe like generation 4 or 5 or lower. But yeah, average vampire shouldn't have any tricks up their sleeves to undo it themselves.
Wow.
Why are you smiling like that?
I have auspex and don't need to look someone in the eye. If they touch me, I can mentally command them to dominate
Oh,
them
no,
to take it
yes,
out.
okay, that works, yes. I meant you physically.
Yeah.
Like, if you were just
Yeah, I would have to
laying-
have someone else there,
If you're in a trunk of a
and
car.
they would have to touch me. but I could get out, and that's great.
Yes. No,
So,
you
like-
can use mental.
Assuming the dice were on my side, because that's like 3 rolls on my part, and any one fail breaks the chain.
What's up, Rebecca?
So, like, hear me out, right? Because correspondence is dumb, but, like, hear me out, all magic is dumb, right?
Yes,
So
it is.
the way ranges work for correspondence 1 is that it's generally like line of sight, and then correspondence 2, it's line of sight to a place that you're very familiar with. So it goes from your immediate surroundings to your house, which is kind of a jump. And then correspondence 3 is someplace you are familiar with, but like she is just trying to see on the other side of this wall, and it's technically not line of sight. But, like, I don't know what dot to call that.
I am fine with 3.
Okay.
And then I'll calculate what you managed to make out.
Okay. Four successes.
Okay. All right. So from the car, and how close did you park, Dinah? Like, so there is it's a warehouse with a very large industrial park-size parking lot around it. You could be like behind some trees that would be at the other end of the parking lot. If you wanted to not be too obvious, there are some cars and vans by the warehouse.
Okay. I'd say we parked, I don't know, within sight of it. But, like, not like a couple blocks down. Probably, in fact, we parked fairly close, but not, like, close enough that someone would stumble upon us by accident.
Okay. 1 second. It's alright. Trying to find the right page. Okay. Why are you looking at my computer? Alright, so for Rebecca, you focus on the doors and the windows that would be kind of an indirect line of sight from where you parked, and you can make out from the other side that there are 3 individuals. They look sort of younger, maybe early to mid-20s. Definitely not very clean-shaven. Clothes are dingy, dirty, old, kind of maybe homeless, or at least just don't care too much for their appearance. And they seem to be sitting around a trash can with a fire in it. But you do notice specifically that they're not sitting very close, like you would if you were trying to keep warm.
Okay. And I'm sorry, how many?
3, sorry.
Okay. So she'll turn to Dinah afterwards. It's not that busy in there.
Okay. How not busy is it?
Like a few people huddled around a fire.
You said there was a basement area. Were you able to see that?
No.
Okay.
You would have been able to see in that area that it looked like kind of a alcove comes out of the wall with a door that
Oh, okay.
you could kind of tell that might be the way it goes down, but you wouldn't be able to, you didn't see anybody else or anything else.
Okay. Yeah, no, just the entrance, but not the space itself.
What is he even scouting? Who does he even have in there? If he said he was sending people tonight, I don't see anybody.
I don't know what to tell you.
Dinah's like clicking her fingernails on the steering wheel, like real. You can tell she really fucking wants to go in there, like really bad.
So how about we take just a peek inside?
I'm gonna roll willpower for that. Oh, seriously.
Or would that be self-control?
It would be self-control.
Either way, it's like 3 or 4. Like Dinah's very low.
Yeah, but use self-control because that's what I usually like to use if it's if you can't, if your character actually can't decide and you're feeling like I'm gonna leave it up to an impulse.
Yeah, it's just 4.
Help. Well,
Yee.
while she's rolling, we don't double explode tins.
Shit.
Not that it really changed anything.
That
in
that
this
didn't.
scenario.
That was
No, I
Just-
kind of thought about it after I rolled the second one, and I was like, I think this is just an Elvish game thing, not a spirit.
Yeah, no, I figured while she's rolling, I would remind you. Oh, well, there's that.
Hey, guess what happened? I failed. Dinah fails. All right, yeah, let's go.
All right. And then if they ask questions, we can say that we need help unloading Theo or something. I don't know.
Sure. Go down with Plan A. Is it?
Oh no, hold on. No, I would not take Theo. I mean, you guys would know that. Would not take Theo close to this unless you're ready to be balls deep in it.
Yeah, no, we know.
We know.
Oh, okay.
We know.
You were like, let's take a look around. Actually, I already shot someone.
It's called easing them in, okay?
Before we move forward with that, we're gonna go back to Bjorn and Roxy, making their way out of the nearby wooded, sort of swampy area that they were traipsing through. Bjorn has the captive witness Paul over his shoulder, and Roxy is just keeping an eye out. They are heading back toward the entrance of the area where they agreed to meet Abraham once everything was settled. So, as you continue along, Roxy is just kind of massaging her neck, looking, a little exasperated from running literally headfirst into a couple of Lupin.
Are you alright?
Yeah, fine. I've seen that one before, the big red one. Not a fan.
I know what you mean. I had a encounter, Theo and I had an encounter with him, and both of them actually the other night.
You did?
We were trying to reach out and discuss current rising tensions between the Kindred and the Lupine.
Huh. So she, Damn it, where'd you go? She runs her fingers through her short, messy hair and shakes her head. Maybe there's, guardians, scouts of the area? It seems strange that we keep running into them.
It does, but it is a little strange that we keep running into them, yes, but I'm not exactly surprised at it either. The one we talked to obviously has a tendency for rational thought, so it makes sense that she would be closest to our boundaries.
Yeah. So you guys arrive at the meeting place. You expect that it'll be a little bit before you see Abraham, but she just nods toward a large tree for you to set Paul down.
Once I set him down, I'll go ahead and pull out my phone and ring Abraham.
Yes, hello.
You can stop running if you haven't already.
I haven't run in how many years now?
It's really no fun to count anymore. Can you meet us by blah blah blah? Give you some distinctive landmarks of the area that we're at.
I will happily meet them.
Okay, so a little while goes past for Abraham to make his way back. You see Roxy and Bjorn standing by a tree with Paul leaned up against it. Just about this time, Paul does seem to start stirring and just kind of shoulders himself back into a better seating position. Ugh.
Thank you, Paul, for joining us. And Abraham, glad you're here as well.
Paul takes a moment to really regain his senses, but when he sees Bjorn and Roxy again, he shudders hard against the tree. Hey, look, I told you already, I don't want any trouble.
Paul, you're fine. I've kept my promise, and I haven't killed you. You're in no danger.
What? Bjorn?
Yes?
Why exactly did you have to make that promise?
He was scared. Crazy man barges into a warehouse who was being held hostage. I don't know.
I suppose this is fair.
So what do you want with me then?
Anything that you can possibly tell us to make sense of this situation.
What situation?
You in the warehouse, the people, the cops holding it all.
Look,
anything you've yet to tell me?
Yeah, okay, look, I told you, I got attacked one night. It was weird. I went to the police. They said they think it was some, like, madman that's been in the city, and they offered me to have a safe house while they got more information sorted.
Can you go into the details of this attack?
Paul still looks very uncomfortable, but he seems to want to get through this as quickly as possible and hopefully not be killed. So he straightens up a little bit, though still seems like he looks like he maybe wants to run. Okay, I was just walking home from work. I work late night security, and I got grabbed from behind and pulled into an alleyway. I figured it was a mugging. I was gonna take care of it myself, or if they had a gun, just give them my money and get out of there. But then it was weird, alright? But it felt like he was trying to, like, bite my neck. Obviously, fucking madman. I started hearing some voices, and it seemed to, I don't know, I guess, spook him. He let go and seemed to run away. I got out of the alley as fast as I could. There was, like, a mark on my neck, just from his teeth, I guess. And then, like I said, there was just a few people walking down the road. I went to the police, like I said, and that's really it.
Did you happen to get a description of this man, and whereabout in the city did this take place?
No, I didn't really see him. He's a little taller than me, and he's an okay height. He's about like 5'9". A little taller, but he was just wearing a hoodie, jeans, nothing special.
Did he have did he have a distinctive voice in any way, accent, anything like this?
He didn't say anything. He was very, very strong, though. I mean, and he kind of points at himself. I am a security guard, and he's got like a good bit of weight. His arms look like he's got a little muscle on him. Roxy seems to be listening into the woods, as if trying to make sure they're no longer being followed by by anybody, Lupin or human.
So, what do you think they wanted? You think the cops are in on this? Bjorn turns to Abraham and says this. So, do you think the cops are in on all this? That he's a witness and they were holding him? Or do you believe that this was some actual act of charity by the police department?
I believe they likely had him for the same reason we have him, hoping to get answers that perhaps he does not have.
Paul seems to curl up more into himself, bringing his legs up a bit.
Which is fine. We are not going to hurt you for this.
Paul turns his head toward Roxy. Please, ma'am, I just want to go home.
Yes, and you will.
Roxy turns when he speaks and then looks at Abraham and nods between the two of them. You will be going home. We just wanted to get some answers. In fact, if you'd like, we can see about you returning to the safe house, perhaps? Paul shakes his head at that. No. I've had enough of that. Apparently wasn't safe enough.
So then just your place, or would you prefer to be set up somewhere else?
My place would be fine, he says, shaking his head. Is that everything? I've told you everything I have.
Unless Abraham has any additional questions, no.
Not specifically, no.
Roxy, can you do me a favor and make sure that Paul gets home safely?
Hold on. Roxy squints at Paul, particularly when he says, "That's all I know," and shakes her head. He knows more.
Well, we tried doing this the easy way.
Okay, I say you have one more chance. I can... Well, just tell us what you know, and you will not regret it.
Paul puts his hands up. All right, okay. There was one other thing. The police made it clear I wasn't supposed to say anything about this.
We will not tell them that you said anything.
So he starts like unbuttoning his shirt a little bit, like kind of trying to, give himself a little extra air. Okay, the guy who ran off, he didn't run into the alley, he ran back out in the street. I still didn't really see what he looked like. I think it was a white guy. That's about it. Maybe some scruff on his chin. He ran into a black sedan, and it had New York license plates. I said that wrong last time. It's actually right this time.
Oh, so he had New York license plates.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm sorry, the cops wanted you to not speak about this?
Yeah. I didn't get the plate numbers, but I guess they wanted to follow up on that.
Well, I appreciate it.
Roxy stands above him with her arms crossed, and
Yeah,
you could tell that she was watching him as close as possible. In the very dark light, you can actually see her eyes have a bit of a red shine to them. But then she closes her eyes and nods. Seems to be telling the truth that that's the last of it.
Right. Well, then, I suppose take him home, or we...
I'll take care of it. You two can, well, I suppose have the fine rest of your evening. I'll,
Yeah, before she heads out, I'm gonna head over to her and whisper, if you could, let me know where he lives. I would like to send someone to check up on him.
She nods silently and just says, she looks a little awkwardly between Abraham and Bjorn. Suppose perhaps the prince should know about this.
In due time.
Yes. Anyway, she walks over to Paul and without much ado just kind of grabs one of his arms and starts pulling him up. He follows her movement, but does look still shaky and seems hesitant to go alone, but nods at the two of you.
If you would like, I can come as well, though I will slow the process down.
Roxy waves a hand. I've got it. Don't worry about it.
Well, I guess we should, that seems like a lot of bullshit over so little.
Yes, but they specifically told him not to speak of it, which means they expected that he might. So it is something to look into.
You know anyone in the police department?
I know someone with a similar skill set.
Good, I guess should be our next step there, if you could, is see if you can track down that's not the sedan we have. No, you said sedan. We have a van.
Yep, the white van's outside the spooky warehouse.
And he got into a black sedan.
The guy who ran off, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, see if... guess he can track cars, check registries, see if there's anything in the area that possibly... I guess not registries, if it's New York place, but...
If he does nothing, then we are no worse off than we started. So he can only succeed or keep things the same.
Perfect. Well, I wonder how things are going with the other half. And he'll pull out his phone and ring Theo.
Hey, do we hear it ring?
Yeah, you're still in the car. You didn't leave yet.
What is your ringtone, Theo?
Left the bodies at the floor.
Okay, Rebecca's gonna answer it.
I wanted to picture like the Law and Order theme song for some reason.
Oh, it's different for every one of you.
Hello?
So what was Abraham's?
Theo's residence. It was staying alive.
Oh no, Bjorn called. That's Bjorn's.
Oh, okay.
Bjorn's all about his stories and having fun.
Hi, Rebecca.
Yeah.
This is Theo's phone.
Yeah. That's very observant.
Where's Theo?
He's a bit...
Indisposed, honey. Say indisposed.
I don't know. Nailed down at the moment.
Okay, sure.
Who is that?
Oh, it's Bjorn.
Oh, perfect. Tell him to get over here.
Oh, Dinah says hi and to get over here.
Hi, Dinah. My night went great.
He says his night went great.
Into the warehouse. We talked to this guy. Abraham's following up on a lead. Thank you for asking. Yes,
he's saying a lot of things.
Still fine.
Mostly he's fine. So you coming?
Where is this I'm coming to?
Your second warehouse of the night. I can send you an address.
Yeah, sure. I love warehouses. They're my favorite.
I'm glad. Maybe Abraham come too?
Hey, Abraham. And
yes.
Dinah says that they're having a party at the other warehouse.
And
I'm sorry,
have they spoken
really
to
really sorry.
Have they spoken to the prince about this? I feel like he could provide assistance.
I mean, I didn't specifically ask, but it's Dinah, so I assume yes.
This is fair. She is usually fairly responsible.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Awesome. See you soon. And she'll text an address.
Guilt.
All right, so then
we'll head our way over there.
Yeah, no. So you're ready as soon as they get here, right, Dinah? We don't have to wait anymore.
Yep. God, Luther's gonna kill me, and he deserves. I deserve that.
Why would I don't understand?
He specifically had a talk with me today about being safe because he cares. He doesn't want to see me get hurt.
We are being safe. There are only 3 of them there. I mean, how much more safe could you get? We're even getting Jacob to come.
I'm going. This whole thing rubs me the wrong damn way. I want to see what the hell is up here. Why isn't the prince going in after 2 days of nothing?
Well, we're going to take a little break because 1, it's about that time, and 2, I might need to draw up some diagram.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No. Save the fire. Or save the diagrams. We're going to do this Roland style. Molotov cocktails and walking away like a badass.
You don't need to know the outline of a room if you're just going to firebomb it, guys. Just
exactly.
No.
All right, but yeah, we are going to take our usual little break, about 2 minutes to a few minutes, something like that. So anybody who's watching in the chat, if you have any questions about our characters, the story, or us as player characters, or the player characters rather, yeah, feel free to post those and we'll answer some questions while we take a little break.
Hi, Tongue of Silver!
Hi, Tongue of Silver.
Oh my god, Tongue of Silver is here? I got so excited.
No, Neb, everything is probably not going to be okay because we're not waiting for a day. Like, I'm only like 200 years old. I couldn't possibly wait for 1 more night.
I mean, it's their shitty young blood moral compass that's getting us in trouble. You can't threaten Theo with, like, raiding a warehouse against the prince's wishes. Like, that's his bread and butter. To be fair, he probably would have been disinterested if you were like, no, the prince will be here today. He's like, I'll go chicken herding.
Hey, but it's happening. Like, it's happening. Theo's gonna have a blast. It's gonna be good.
Dude, man,
The second you
hurt Dinah so much to back down, and it's just so against her nature, man. She did not want to back down from that. And she's not! She's fucking not. She only did for a second because she owed her friend something, and then was like, nah.
I like to think that her knowing how much shit she would get from Theo if you unstaked him back at some house.
Oh my god. Dinah was like, no, I don't want to fucking deal with that. That's another reason why no.
No, but like, solid for real, you're gonna unstake him. He's gonna be like, there are wounds that are deeper than this one.
This wound may heal, but the wounds to my feelings will not.
Please. Please.
What?
Spike Theo has more than one feeling.
The syphilis acts up sometimes. He gets confused.
Spira. Oh, wait. I guess we can answer. Yeah, just shoot. You go ahead
She's
and...
drawing like her life depends on it, okay?
She's drawing diagrams.
Because our lives do.
Yeah, so in answer to Silvertongue's question, so there are it's very, very heavily divided between the kindred and the werewolves in this city. We have a very tenuous pact that seems to possibly be breaking down here in the recent past. And also, there are a decent collection of mages in the city because this is a node, this is a place where magic is easily accessible. So kind of everyone fights over this. And the kindred and the werewolves are... We technically have a treaty, but... apparently we're pissing off the puppies a little bit too much lately.
I'm done.
And also, we're all in this game. We're elders, so you know, hundreds of years old. I think the youngest person in this group is 70. At
She's like over 100.
Oh, are you? Okay, yeah.
I'm 106.
Okay, yeah. So the youngest person in the group is 106 years old.
70 years
Well,
dead.
besides the human.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
she
have a
doesn't
question
count.
for ST. Hey, Spira.
Mm-hmm.
How confident are you right now? What's the confidence level?
What do you mean? I'm impartial. I want you guys to have a good time. I'm only giggling because you're like pulling a Roland.
Like I still could have
Basically
something
a
to
more
say.
fabulous Roland, like pretty much though.
It always works out for him too. It
Yeah, he
never.
never botches.
It never
or
hurt
ends
him.
up blood bonded to somebody. That's
Yeah.
never happened.
You guys are good. Don't even worry about it.
See, we have Char's approval, which means that Luther's fine with it.
Which means
Put my stamp on it. You guys are fine.
Nah, man, but for real though, there's several reasons that Dinah wants to go in there. Well, first and foremost, that it seems like since they're the ones that have been put on this kind of task force, that they would have been informed of like any intel the scouts got from the first night, which they were not. And then also, again, they're there, they're ready to go, and the prince just goes, "No, wait, don't. I definitely have people in there." But then Rebecca scouted, and there's like 5 people just like chilling around a fire.
To be fair,
she's
couldn't
like,
see the basement.
That is
To
that
be
is-
super fair, she only looked at the basic floor, not the
No,
basement.
no, that's fair. And Dinah did actually point that out. Yeah, she said you didn't look at the basement.
Which is where the guy said the real fun happens.
Yeah.
yeah, but like
still,
how? Yeah, yes.
Still, though, it seems a little screwy that they didn't get intel from the first night or really any help. Like, if they're the ones supposing to be doing this, they haven't gotten anything from this and it's
Vampires move at a glacial pace.
yeah, and it's really irritating for the ridiculously.
You know what, Dinah? You're absolutely right, Dinah. Dinah
Shut
for
up,
president.
Becca.
Dinah
You
for
got me into
prince.
this. I'm breaking Luther's heart. The poor guy told me to lay off this kind of shit,
No.
and I immediately the same day go, no, fuck that. Fuck
No.
you. I like Luther.
Dinah
He's
for
my
prince.
best friend.
You're a doer. That's what we need in this town.
Modi, don't correct me.
Bitch, don't tell me how to live my life.
Because I solidly just said that Rev's game started tomorrow. It just started tomorrow.
Yesterday. It started yesterday.
That doesn't make sense, Zabani.
You don't make sense,
How can
Hope.
something
You
just
don't make
start
sense.
tomorrow?
You don't make sense.
Oh man. No, but for real, a major reason why she tends to kind of follow the prince, even if they are doing dumb shit. Just this is bothering her the wrong way because people are literally being hurt by kindred and kind. But she wants to figure out who killed her sire, and she has no idea who did it. She doesn't think it was the prince, but she knows that the prince was at least complicit in it and could probably have a lead. And so if she alienates the prince, she alienates her only fucking lead as to who killed her sire. So there's that.
To answer Silver's question, no, he's not Techno-Viking. So he's a gangrel who's about 300 years old, who was a Carillion who fought in the Northern War where Sweden invaded Russia.
He's a what?
Carillion. It was King Carl the 8th, 12-something's personal guard.
Because like Han Solo is a Corellian. Like
No, that's Carillion.
okay, yeah, there we go.
Corellian. He's a Carolian, as in Carolian. And got fed up with the war, so left and wandered around with his sire for a while as a ghoul before coming over to the States and being a dirty gangrel. I mean, that's like 2-second blip of it.
And then because Spira is gone, I guess we can run through who else people are. Abraham is about the same age. Ventru that has to feed on people that look down on him, and he is basically rich as sin. Like God didn't have nothing on my income.
Koss, you want to go next?
Nope.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Theo's great.
Theo is, I think, a little older, like oldest at like 400, but not by much. Yeah, he was a grave digger in an old-timey like western town who decided we'll try this sailing thing. Got himself caught up in the slave trade. The Baron Samedi found him. One of his child turned him. He did pirating for a while, settled in New Orleans when it was first settled, and has been there ever since. He also may or may not have contracted syphilis as a human, and is now a little crazy.
About Luther. You go, Luther.
Luther is just like one of the sweetest people in the whole world. I think we can all agree on that, right?
Yeah, but it
He's
doesn't
adorable.
sound as good when you say it about yourself.
Until his friends, just lied to his face, and
She wasn't lying. She's
he's
gonna let you know she's going in.
It's an effective lie.
he's gonna be sitting in a room in the dark, waiting for you to get home, just like a disappointed parent from now on.
Ow.
But he is he's Toreador, and he just wants to have fun and wants everyone to be safe and happy.
He gambles.
But that's
You forgot
not-
that part.
He gambles and drives, but it's whatever.
All
So
right.
that's his whole thing, is that he gambles. That's his Toreador thing.
That is his Toreador thing.
Dinah is a Toreador. She was a jazz singer in the 20s in New Orleans. And now she kind of organizes a lot of the music scene in the city, generally. She hangs out with Luther. Luther's like her best friend. She feels kind of bad about lying to him. Like a lot bad. But, yeah.
Oh, Anthony and Luther would have got along way better than Anthony and Roland did.
Dinah also enjoys having a really good time, as per normal Toreador shit.
and Hope the mage, whatever.
Yeah, she's a mage. Don't ask about it. It doesn't make sense, but it's happening.
Rebecca, the damn snowflake human. Who two of us have drank from her knee at this point. Two.
Hey,
of us.
thanks for
I
that.
think I got a
That's
cat.
And Theo.
I think
That's basically all you need to know about her.
Duh.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Okay.
People
okay.
drank from her
Let's-
knees.
Let's
Okay,
also
talk about
mage,
your-
but like, let's go raid a warehouse or not. Let's see what happens.
Let Becca talk about her character. She's the only one.
No, I think you guys had it down pretty succinctly.
We nailed it. We nailed it.
My favorite part is that her and Theo go way back.
Yeah, her and Theo go way back. She met him when she was a kid, in fact. And Theo gifted her with a coffin or a nail that goes into a coffin nail. Is that what they're called? Which she has since turned into a very low, a one-dot wonder, essentially. So it basically points north when you kind of wiggle it, is the best way to say. But it helps her to stay in understanding of where she is. Other than that, she's just hanging out with these old fucks because she wants to know how good eternity has done for them, or the prospect of it. Like, if it's worth it, or if them being a vampire changes that kind of experience for them.
All right. Are we ready to go, Spira? Like, I can start. I just need to know if we got the go ahead.
Yep, so I was fixing something up with the bot. So now there's a command, which is !clans. Will show all the characters in their clans. And also !commands shows the commands.
Hey, nice.
I will add something below on Twitch later so people can see what they are.
Neat. I like it.
Alright, so getting back to it. Theo, still staked in Dinah's car? Or is it Rebecca's car? Rebecca's. Alright, so is still staked in Rebecca's car. Rebecca and Dinah are sitting there waiting for Jake, Bjorn, and Abraham to...
No, we're gonna go look around first, and then when they get here, we will report back to them with tactical information.
Okay.
We just gonna take a peek inside. Just a peek.
Okay.
We're not gonna go in. We're just like looking.
Just gonna, you know.
That's why we're grabbing the staked guy.
That's the face of an ST who's confident in her players. That's what I'm getting.
Just gonna look in through the windows and shit.
Remember, if any of us die, we're all rolling Tories.
And all of us have to be like visual media artists. All of us are painters or
graphic designers.
No, I
Tories
want a
work
career
too.
in advertising.
Yeah,
Like a really
exactly.
generic one.
Alright, so you're gonna be getting out of the car and moving toward the warehouse?
Kind of, yeah. First, Dinah's gonna be like putting her hair up and kind of like adjusting her clothes so she looks a little bit different as much as possible. So she kind of turns to Rebecca and is like, "You wouldn't happen to have anything for disguising, would you?"
Can I just magic you up a disguise?
I don't know. Can you?
Yeah, sure. Let's step into my van. I can make this happen.
All right.
She still has her cat, correct? Like, she's had her all day, and...
Yeah, Petunia's with you in her little travel bag. And just to let you ladies know, in case I didn't, explain the area enough. There's a lot of dust. And it is... You can hear the nearby, like, freeway, and a couple streets away are some cars. But otherwise, this is a very quiet area. Letting you know that.
Alright. Well, yeah, she's just gonna hop back in the car, and she's gonna pull out her stupid little cell phone camera and take a picture of Dinah. And she's going to Life 3 Matter 2. You know what? Before she does that, it would be a good thing to ask what even Dinah wants to have changed. Hey, Dinah. Mm-hmm. So, like, what are you looking at? What do you want?
A basic face would be fine. If you could affect the build, that would help too.
Basic face would be, I don't, like, each thing I change is going to cost. So.
Change my nose, I guess. That's the most recognizable part of a face.
Okay. Okay. How do you want that?
I don't care as long as it doesn't look like mine.
Okay. Yeah, so let's, it's Life 3, Matter 2. Matter 2 because she's a vampire, so she needs it.
Bird beak. Give her a beak.
I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Mine is a little vain, but she won't care at the point.
Like a nice crook, like a nice...
Like my nose, you mean?
Like a Roman nose.
I may have poked people's eyes out with my nose in the past.
Why would you do that?
It's not on purpose, it's just so pointy.
Three successes.
Okay. Go ahead and describe how you managed to change her face.
Yeah, so, she takes a few pictures of her and she kind of uses it as a focus. Basically, and the interpretation is a little funny, is, cultists typically try to step beyond themselves and kind of try and see that things aren't really as they seem, and capturing an image in a box for her is an easy, medium to do that. But she will shape it into a Romany nose, a Caesar, a Julius.
Orange or otherwise.
It feels tingly, but obviously doesn't hurt.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So you ready?
Yeah, let's go look around. No, we're not going in, all right? Not going in until people get here.
Okay, but what if the door's open?
No, we at least have Abraham and Bjorn on the way, all right?
Okay.
Bad enough as it is. Come on, let's go.
It's not that bad, but okay. Hey, can I stealth? Can I try
I will need you both to roll dexterity stealth.
You're not allowed to.
Four.
Okay. The difficulty is actually 7, but you still got 4, so good job.
Jesus
All right.
Christ!
Fucking creature of the night, indeed.
Yes! Take that, two dogs.
Abraham is riding in the car with Bjorn and forgot that Dinah existed for a second there.
Where are we going?
Why is Rebecca all by herself? Oh, right, Dinah.
All right. So the two ladies make their way out of the car and slowly, quietly across the parking lot up to the warehouse building. If you go to look in the windows, you will see basically what Rebecca already reported. It looks like there are 3 young men kind of sitting around a trash can fire. They don't seem to be doing much. It looks like one of them might be on a cell phone, the other one is smoking. But otherwise, you don't really hear much activity from them. There is a little bit of noise that seems to maybe be coming from that door that probably leads downstairs. There is otherwise like another stairway going up.
Right.
You sure we shouldn't at least see if maybe the doors are unlocked?
I don't want to cause noise. Uh-oh.
Nope, you're fine.
Nice.
Woo! Okay. I don't want to cause noise. Let's just wait for the other 2 to get here, all right?
Okay, well, I'll stay close and maybe we'll hear something in the meantime.
That's a good idea. Make sure your phone's on mute.
So you're staying closer to the side of the building?
Mm-hmm.
All right. A few more minutes go by, barely 5 minutes or so, and you hear a car coming down the same way that you entered this area, but it is doing about 70, so it peels into the parking lot and seems to just be heading toward where you are, aiming to park near a couple cars that are alongside the building.
Okay, do I recognize the car?
No, but like, I guess with a, kind of decent night vision, being a kindred and all, and you do have aspects, so you have like a slight, you see Jake through the windshield.
Your friend's here.
As Jake's car skids to a stop, you hear footsteps from inside the building getting up.
All right.
So Jake goes and opens his car door, sees the 2 of you kind of crouched beside the warehouse building. "The hell are you 2 doing?" And the warehouse door opens.
Rebecca's gonna make this face or this signal, until the moment that the warehouse door opens.
Jake furrows his brow, looking confused. "You told me to come see you here," and he sees the door open, and the 3 young men burst outside. "Who the hell are all of you?"
Presents time. Mass presents. This is great. This is a great plan. All right.
We wasted all her dice on the stealth.
All right. What the fuck do I roll for that? Depends on which one. What is it? Is it entrancement that can be multiple targets?
No, entrancement is only 1 person. Awe is the only one I think you have that can do.
I have majesty as well.
1 second.
I have 5 dots in presence, I think.
Nerd.
Yeah, I do.
Majesty is charisma intimidation, but I don't know what it does. You're welcome.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
there's a
I've
whole
got
lot
it.
of
I've got it
reading
up.
there.
So this can affect a crowd, but it will only be directed at you.
Oh, there is no roll. They have to make a courage roll, and
Mhm.
it's against your charisma plus intimidation.
Oh shit. What is that? It's a 7.
Okay, hold on. Is that what you want to go with? Because I'll start making my rolls.
I don't know, man. Which one should I do? That one's no roll, so I auto succeed, but they get to resist. Well, I guess they get to resist all of them.
I mean, I would help, but I'm not here because you people couldn't wait.
Sorry. This is really the best I can do. Sure, we'll go with that one. That one I at least auto succeed unless they resist, because otherwise I have to roll and they get to resist. So, sure. Yeah, because for the other presents ones, they get to roll a resist brave, right? Like a willpower and stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, close roll 20. Yeah. Gotta get back in there. Fuck.
Okay, so Dinah calls upon her majesty ability against these 3 new members of the crowd. One of them stops immediately in their tracks and looks at you with a mix of fear and awe, as if they'd just encountered a lion at the circus. Just kind of, holy crap. The other 2 do not seem perturbed and start walking closer to Rebecca, Dinah, and Jake. Jake slams his car door and looks between Rebecca and Dinah, again kind of waiting for further explanation. Just about this time, Bjorn and Abraham, you'll be coming off the exit that leads into this area.
Sweet.
You don't need to take the turn so hard. Slow down.
Listen, I have been driving longer than most people on the roads have been alive. You do not need to remind me how to drive an automobile.
Yes, but they start to take licenses away from people your age.
Over my cold, dead hands.
People his age just can't physically drive anymore because they're dead. But yes. Alright, so that is the scene. A couple people still moving toward Rebecca and Dinah.
You're not gonna say anything, Dinah?
I'm about to. Hold on a second. Fucking Jesus. Yeah, hey, we were told this is where we were supposed to bring people.
They pause in their steps for a second. And the 2 of them look at each other. What? Who sent you? Who gave you the job?
What was
Hector.
The guy's name? Hector?
Oh. Alright, yeah. They see that their friend is in a weird state of shock. The hell's wrong with you? And one of them punches him in the arm. Go get Hector! And otherwise the 2 stand there with their arms folded. Jake walks up close behind the 2.
I just feel a little bit nervous with the guy in our car.
Yeah, how about maybe just help us get him out before you get Hector, and then he won't bitch at us for being lazy and slacking.
Inside, away from eyes.
The one that is Majestied is just kind of in a frozen state. He's just being commanded by anybody. The other 2, however, don't shake their head. Nah, Hector said he always wants us to get him when packages arrive. Bjorn and Abraham, you'll be like pulling in, and Jake is standing right behind the ladies. Otherwise, just arms folded and being quiet.
Hector, and of course I am not privy to this conversation, but Hector is the Brewhawk, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You've heard of a venture, but you don't have a name yet.
Yeah.
So you said we're pulling up and getting out, and we see, I guess, their van.
What you see is 3 individuals you don't know standing by the door of the warehouse. Jake is standing right next, like, to the side of presumably his car, as you see him like slam his door shut, and Rebecca and Dinah are like just in front of him.
Dinah's disguise, thank you.
Yes.
Either way, I'll pull up, get out, and start approaching them.
Yeah, I will follow, and I think Dinah is the one that I have done this the most with, so I'm going to reach out to her telepathically and ask what's going on.
Rebecca's going to try and maybe persuade these people to not grab Hector yet.
Yeah, I was gonna do that too. Roll that persuade.
Via magic.
Oh.
Yeah,
right.
mine 3, and because it's versus multiple people, the difficulty is just the way magic works and not willpower.
That's fine. But for Abraham, I'll need intelligent subterfuge against Dinah's willpower.
It's only 4.
That's fine. I still need a roll because you can botch.
For what? Abraham?
Yeah. He needs to roll because he could fail or botch. Alright, you got 2. Oh wait, no, that's Dinah.
No, he rolls against my willpower, which is difficulty 4, I thought.
Yes, that's what I said.
Yeah.
I need him to roll intelligent subterfuge against 4.
Oh, see, I misunderstood you there.
I was
Sorry.
saying he still had, like, it's really low, but he still has to roll because there's a chance.
3 successes.
Okay. So you are able to reach out to Dinah telepathically. Go ahead and send your message.
Oh, what is going on?
I gotta reply to it. How do I do that? I roll the same thing. What was it?
I think you can just send messages
Yeah,
with yours.
you can only
Okay.
send it. Yeah.
Oh, now that he's in. Okay.
Is there any way I can forcibly lower because I expect it coming?
Huh?
Is there any way that I
He
can
has really
forcibly
high
lower
willpower.
my
He doesn't want her
I've got
to
high
roll
willpower.
against him.
No, but telepathy is a one-way street.
No, okay. So if she's going to respond, do you have the aspects for telepathy? Dinah. Is there any way I can forcibly lower my difficulty because I know that a response is coming, because she's going to have a really tough time responding to me if I can't?
Seems kind of.
I might have 10 willpower.
I purposely gave myself 4 because it would be fun. Because that's how we got into this mess.
Nest is a strong word.
I will allow the use of a willpower for like an auto success, and then you can roll extra if you want.
All right, yeah, I will. Mine or her willpower?
Her.
Okay.
And I only have 3 willpower. Okay, sure. Do I still roll, or do I?
You
get
can,
to
just to see if it
realize?
goes through better, because a single roll is going to be like a weak message. The more you get, the more you can like be very clear as if you're speaking versus like
What do I roll?
Oh, same thing. You'll roll intelligent subterfuge against his willpower.
So difficulty 10.
Yeah, glad I spent that willpower.
Alright, but yeah, you're able to send, like a mental image with like a sense of what's going on. Not like a full sentence, though.
Okay. I send back to him, trying to make these guys let us in.
So what was that?
Trying to make.
Let's say, like, you send him the sense of, like, you're trying to get them.
Yeah, trying to trick these guys into letting us in. Yeah.
And what do we know about the? What do we know about the? This other warehouse.
You know that this warehouse is where Hector supposedly is, the name that keeps getting mentioned with these kidnappings. You know that this is supposedly where they're brought, at least first. And then you know about the shenanigans on the lower floors. That's about it.
All right. So with that.
Also, that there's usually only 5 to 10 people at most. But Thomas or Derek, one of the people you interrogated, said they had seen up to 20 on rare occasions.
All right. So with that information, I believe that is enough for me to tell Bjorn, grab me like you are taking me in to deliver me.
Sorry, say that one more time?
Grab me like you are taking me in to deliver me. Because I look like a hobo right now, so I look exactly like the kind of people they bring in.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, with your accent I wasn't quite placing...
Yeah.
No, take me like you're delivering me. Got it, yes.
Take me like one of your friends.
No, and that's what kept going into my head. Take me like a
God
girl. I was like, okay, I gotta play gay now, okay. And that's what kept going through my head, and so it didn't quite click when you hadn't said something along those lines.
Just about to type that.
Okay. Yeah, then without retort or anything, he'll just shrug and grab you, one hand on your scruff of your coat, and another by one of your arms, and just start just dragging you forward.
All right, I will drop my cane. This is probably going to be relevant later on.
Alright. So Bjorn pulls in Parks and makes a show of dragging Abraham along. The two that are not Magistade look over at the new car and the two newcomers, and they actually just kind of shake their heads, looking a little annoyed. Who the fuck is this?
Wasn't Rebecca gonna magic a thing?
Yeah, I wanted to magic a thing.
Oh, okay, sure. Retcon that back 3 seconds.
She's gonna try and flirt and use Mind 3 to aid in persuading them to not go get Hector and instead help get Theo. Hey! Like all of the successes.
Nice.
Like 5 of them.
Alright, you got 2 boys.
Well, she does it against both of them. Basically, if you do mind against one person, you can also, you can do it against
That's
2.
enough successes, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, she'll kind of walk up and touch one of their arms and, well, I mean, Hector really bitched me out the last time. Could you please just help me get this guy in?
So the one, and particularly the one that you touch his arm, he gets kind of a goofy look on his face. Yeah, I guess. I know what Hector can be like, and his buddy starts looking a little jealous that he's the one you actually walked up to. Come on, let's, is it him? And they nod toward Bjorn walking with Abraham.
No, it's the... And she'll point out her car.
Oh, why did you park so far away?
I don't, she's the one who drove. I don't know.
Sorry.
Alright, come on. And he gets both of the other guys to go along with his Rebecca, Dinah, and well, Jake will follow Rebecca. Is
Yeah,
Dinah going along?
Yeah.
All right. So that whole crew heads off towards Dinah's car. Bjorn and Abraham, are you going to?
I'm doing as instructed, which is manhandle this man towards the warehouse.
All right. So you get towards the warehouse.
Okay, so as we walk and are visible, I'm going to say they're trying to trick their way into the warehouse. I look like the kind of victim they take. So say Hector told you to bring us. Bring me.
Say that one more time, sorry.
They are trying to trick their way into this warehouse. I look like the kind of people they take, so say that Hector told you to bring me.
Hector, got it.
It's the best I have.
And I'll keep moving forward. Basically dragging you along.
Yeah. I'm stumbling like a motherfucker.
And
Right.
Bjorn seems to be enjoying it just a little bit too much.
So the three scrappy individuals. Sorry, my dog was snoring very loud and it distracted me.
Sorry, what? I couldn't hear you over your dog snoring very loud.
Yeah. So the three individuals arrive by Dinah's car with Rebecca and Jake and Dinah in tow, and they just wait to be shown this package.
Thank you, Modi.
It's kind of messy.
So they kind of look into the car and they'll see Theo's state and they'll all look kind of reviled. Like, we need him live, not halfway to worm chow.
No, he is. He is.
What?
He's one of them rotten ones. You know what I'm talking about?
They look a little confused among each other, besides the Majestyed one who still is just kind of following along with orders. But the two kind of look confused, and then the one starts nodding. Oh, yeah, no, I've heard of them. Nosferatu or whatever?
Yeah.
Yep, yeah.
Yeah, those things are supposed to be fucking ugly.
Well, I hope he lives up to your expectations.
Yeah, just, come on, get him inside.
As a note, I do not look like a Nosferatu.
You might.
Yes.
You know, to people
I
who
look
don't
like
know what vampires look like, you look close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If someone
There's
vaguely
nothing
describes...
disfigured about me. I'm just
If
very
they've
dead.
only ever heard that Nosferatu were ugly, and you look like a corpse.
And you are ugly, therefore.
You should have said...
Also, so is Theo.
Rude! And we're gonna have to take a break because
Because of
Kaz
that
is
burn.
Oh,
quitting
God,
the
no.
game now.
Haas is getting a plane ticket to Texas.
I'm really excited for when we pull this snake out of Theo. He's gonna be like, "You motherfucker!"
Yeah, the scrappy young men are waiting on you.
Yeah, take him inside.
Yeah. No.
Well, help.
Rebecca,
Dinah and Rebecca will
yes,
help.
Ugh, sure. They look pretty disgusted, but they start, pulling Theo's body out of the car, one with arms and one with the legs, and they mutter to each other, though not that you wouldn't be able to hear. Just, you don't usually have to actually make the deliveries. So they start heading back over to the warehouse. Why don't we get them to pull the car closer? And Jake is continuing to follow along as a sort of a silent guardian.
At some point, Rebecca will.
Oh. So does everyone disappear?
They
so
walk
it's
across
just-
the parking lot. You can still see them if you guys don't go inside.
Go inside while they're all stepping out.
No, like I said, I am going forward towards the warehouse. I am not stopping. I am moving like a man with a purpose. It's that whole thing of when you're trying to sneak somewhere you shouldn't be, act like you belong there. And that's what Bjorn
Yeah,
is doing. It's
exactly.
just like, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm taking this man inside that building, and that is the last thing I'm going to do before I die. Like, that is his...
Yep.
I bet Abraham is not going
Basically,
easy on
that
you.
was
You know
my
what I mean?
plan.
Like, he is completely dead weight, just letting you drag him.
Oh,
like, I'd be
okay.
surprised if Abraham still has both shoes on at the moment.
No, Abraham is kind of dead weight, what with the fact that my cane is about 100 feet that way.
So he's milking it.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, do you go inside?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, so you head right in. In that case, then the rest of them are following behind you, but you are inside for at least a couple of minutes before they get there. As described earlier, for Rebecca, it's pretty empty. There's a stairwell that goes up to the second floor with an alcove and a door. Looks like that might lead to the basement. And there's just a few like crates around that look like they've been used as seating, some tables with like a radio on it, and in the middle is a trash can with a fire going in it.
I skirt well around that fire with my 3 willpower.
Oh, it's Bjorn and Abraham are inside first, right away.
Yeah.
So I was seeing if they wanted to check anything out or do anything.
Does anyone inside there look like important or anything?
Nobody
or...
inside.
Nope, nobody. The three
then
people
I'm
that
just-
walked inside as we approached were the only 3 people that were not in the basement, if there is anyone in the basement.
Then I'm going to kind of, keeping one hand on the scruff of your neck, I'm going to let you move under your own power at this point, you know, helping you along, unless drag, since there's less of an audience, but...
You do hear
Kind of-
some noises kind of coming from below. It sounds like some, like, music maybe, and a couple voices.
I'll move into a way where I can kind of see where it's coming from, if there's stairs or anything, but I'll wait
from from that door.
Okay. I'll move so I have line of sight on the door and kind of waiting for hopefully the rest of the people to show up so I know what the fuck we're doing here.
Right, so you stand in there, still sort of holding Abraham, and after another couple minutes, the other 3 arrive inside and heavily drop Theo on one of the empty tables inside, and look between Rebecca, Dinah, and Jake, and then the 2 of you as well. Wait, who are you again?
You with Hector?
Yeah?
Hector said bring. I brought. And I'll
Alright.
shake Abraham particularly hard.
Yeah, we just weren't expecting so many packages tonight.
Good night.
Yeah, alright. Alright, let me go get Hector now. He can get your payments. So,
Thank you.
So the one stays behind, but the one who said he's gonna go get Hector drags along the starry-eyed one and continues kind of punching him in the arm. What the fuck's wrong with you, man? And they open the door, at which point you can hear the music a bit more clearly and a couple voices laughing and like shouting over it. The door closes and you can hear him running down a set of stairs.
I am, like, the moment I'm not being immediately watched by one of them, I'm gonna kind of try and catch Rebecca and Dinah's eye and see, like, obviously I can't say anything, but I'm gonna catch their eye and try and see what little bit of a plan that I can get from not speaking.
Which direction did they flop Theo on this table? Face up or face down?
Face up.
Someone mayhaps want to make a perception check with a fucking stake in my heart? Maybe be wise enough to, I don't know, pull it out.
We're waiting on it, okay? We're waiting. Give us a second.
That's really like what I am doing. Looking at Dinah and Rebecca is timing, because I can neutralize this guy in the room right now, but I need to know if that's the plan.
Waiting on Hector. Hector comes up. I want somebody to dominate him. I'm gonna pull the stake out of Theo.
Yeah. So this is.
right.
And then we'll just walk.
So
either
I
I'll awe him or you'll dominate him. We'll both try to fucking like mind Hector and then get him to just kind of walk us in.
So when Abraham looks over, she tries to pantomime a message, and it kind of looks like this, but like played subtly because she doesn't want the guy to, notice.
So not to metagame. Let's be careful of making plans that can't actually be made in-game by our characters. But if anyone does remember, Theo specifically wanted to see how Hector reacted to Theo laying on that table.
Sure, maybe that might happen. Not super a priority.
Oh, I know. Well, that was the info part of like Theo's whole plan was let's find out where this ranks. Is this just...
See, I thought he said, like, let's find out what they think of me if they see me, if they recognize me. And Rebecca took that as, well, they didn't recognize me, so
Rebecca. All right, so I'm not trying to be a dick and make you do the pantomime again, but like let me get that again.
Yeah. That gesture is to Theo.
Okay. All right. Then in that case, I'll just kind of like put my hand on my head and act as drunk and like kind of have a headache as I can.
I'm really looking forward to how well this got telephoned,
Yeah, I do want to see if Hector recognizes Theo, though. I solidly am a little bit curious.
Yeah. How long does it take to recover from being staked? How in turns specifically, Miss Storyteller?
It is 3 blood points, so as fast as you can spend that.
Fun thing though, he can still recognize you even while dominated.
Well, yeah, but he can't say or do anything. But,
Most of us should be at 2 to 3 per round, right?
Solidly above that. Yeah, 3 is not much. Main point though is like, yeah, you can dominate him, but you won't get a natural reaction of like, oh shit, or like they just don't give a shit, which probably means they're not well connected. Basically, your suspicion with the prince, this all seems funny. Theo's whole idea was, let's see how deep this runs.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it's a good idea.
Where'd you bring me?
Shut up! I didn't ask you to talk.
You said every whiskey.
And I'll just kind of throw Abraham towards Theo to kind of put him in the center of the room.
All right, then I will steady myself using the table.
The one guy was near that spot, but actually when you throw Abraham, he backs up like, whoa, hey, man, chill out. Don't rough up the merchandise that much.
I'm not doing anything.
Rebecca's just standing by Theo, waiting for that door to open.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm within arm's reach because now I'm steadying myself on the table that Theo is laying on. So there's that.
I was double checking something about staking. Okay. Remind me then what everyone's focus is. Just waiting for Hector?
Yeah. The message I got is when the door opens, we pull out the stake and shove Theo.
Damn it, no. I wanted to dominate him so that Hector would just walk us back there because the dude being like, yeah, I definitely got these people. With
you're next to where you can stop it from
less
happening.
People to have to fight, more likely to get to the actual merchandise.
Well, you're next to where you can stop it from happening, bro.
Yeah, but now Abraham is on the same plan, and you can't stop both of us.
Wait, was Theo unstaked?
No, not yet. That is Abraham is aware that is now the plan.
All right. After a couple minutes, the door opens again, and Hector comes back with the one non-magistede young man that had gone downstairs with him. Hector is just wearing a simple sweater and like khakis with boots. Does look somewhat Hispanic and has his hair unnaturally brightly bleached. Has kind of a weird smarmy smile on his face as he starts walking toward the crowd. All right. So new packages, right?
What?
Yeah.
He stops suddenly looking around the full crowd here and looks very confused. Who are all of you? He looks suddenly at the guy that's with him. Who the fuck are these people?
Look, I was told that a Hector wanted this package. I deliver him the package and I want my payment.
And he starts backing up,
Rent
though
the
he
stakeout! Let's
so he
go!
keeps his eyes on all of you walking back towards the door.
I'm gonna try to entrancement him. It's a blood, it's appearance, empathy.
If I can, I will also try and catch his eye and dominate him.
Yeah, so he's gonna have to fight off 2 attempts of this at the same time. And it's my target is roll is his willpower.
He's looking in the direction of you guys, but he's not looking any of you in the eyes.
You don't have to look at me.
Then I'm not gonna work, but she still does.
Mm-hmm.
So that's appearance, empathy, and it's the target number is his willpower.
Okay, hold on.
Oh wait, actually, you know what? He has to fight me off too. 6 dots. It's just at an increased difficulty.
Yeah. Don't you have to touch him though?
Nope.
Oh, it's touch or...
I can just speak. It's just at an increased difficulty if I don't have line of sight or touch.
Okay, willpower is 5.
Two. Hold on, let me roll the other one.
I'm really concerned. I'm really worried.
All right. What's his permanent willpower?
5.
3.
His permanent willpower is 3.
No, I got 3 successes.
I thought Spira said it was 5.
Spira said 5.
Yeah.
I got 3 successes there.
All right, you got him for a week.
And I'm about to get him for a couple minutes. Well, hopefully.
I will.
I just have to calculate dice.
I'm
no,
sorry.
Zabani, real quick.
I keep trying to fight. This is more my strength.
Zabani, I need initiative, which is 1d10 plus your dex and wits.
$11.
Okay. Then you notice as Dinah's making her focus on Hector, and you were about to do something as well,
okay,
that the young man who arrived back with Hector is running for the stairs, as well as the one that was behind you.
Hey, can I rip the stake out now?
Yeah.
Rah!
I do need a strength check.
Yeah.
And while she gets that, so what Bjorn is going to see is all this chaos starts happening, and if he notices the 2 people running towards the door, he's going to spend a celerity action if he needs to get to the door and basically essentially tackle or whatever to stop people from going down that door.
If it's flat strength, I got 1 success.
Okay,
That's fine.
so then I need the guy at the door's willpower.
That was 4. But yeah, Rebecca, you get the stake out. A little messy, maybe. Not it's, you know, maybe like turns a little bit, but you get it out.
1 or 2 on mesmerize. 2, close the door, let no one through.
Okay. Jake is actually heading for the guy that was near Theo and does manage to grapple him and throws him hard against the concrete wall, or the brick wall. Bjorn, you're celeritying over to the other guy?
If I need to, I'm just basically trying to manhandle anyone who's trying to jump through the door.
Yes. Hector managed to get stopped by Dinah. The other one was still running, so yeah, Bjorn, go ahead and give me your initiative. Basically, if it's going to be higher than I know the other guy will be, you got it.
16.
Alright, yeah, you're fine. So you managed to go ahead and explain how you manhandle this one.
Basically, as I see he starts moving towards the door and doesn't look like he's stopping, I'm just gonna start running all out and basically just spear tackle him, you know, leap, put the shoulder in, and drag him to the ground.
Alright. Everybody is manhandled.
Everyone is manhandled.
Successfully. And Theo, you return to the living, though lots of pain, and your body is automatically starting to like spend blood to clear up that hole in your chest.
Yeah, just immediate 3 blood points.
So that is going to be a very quickly healing wound. It is going to look particularly gross because it's on Theo.
And I snapped
so
off
that's anyone
on-
got stopped?
yeah.
Yeah, no, you're good. I'm just saying that's how it is going to appear to anybody and feel to you.
No, if everyone is stopped and we have like at least a split second before we dive into the next stuff, Dinah's solidly going to keep her eyes and whatever like on Hector, but is now going to text Luther, "I'm sorry we went in." Bjorn and Abraham are also going.
Can I get a dex roll for like not spelling mistakes while you're not?
Yeah.
No, I'm just-
I didn't get a chance. I was gonna earlier, but then we got found at the outside.
I've been waiting.
I'm sorry, bro.
Like a sad father.
I'm so sorry.
Does Luther know the address of this place? I forget it.
Yes.
He would have been in the room,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you know about it.
Hey, thank you for allowing Abraham to not be complicit in this stupid decision.
What are you talking about? You're complicit?
I had
said
no
Bjorn and Abraham
idea.
are also here.
Yeah, I had no idea, and I can argue that.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Nah.
You don't have to have any. This is absolutely my fault, and I'm gonna play it that way.
Can I do a drive check to see how quickly I could drive there?
Yes!
Or did you want me to do a dex check?
She was joking, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, she such my fa-la-la.
Rebecca's
My
gonna
ding ding
look at Jacob and grab the spare guy.
Spirit.
Does he move at all?
I don't know. I'm trying to work that out with him.
Thank you for putting up with us, Spira.
No, he's sorting out how much blood he can use to fuck everybody shit up.
So does it really take 3 blood points to heal a staking?
It's supposed to be 3 levels of damage. I reset it. I house rule it 3 blood points. because it's supposed to be that like a level of health damage can be healed by 1 blood point. The thing is, if you're younger, that can be really dangerous. If you got hurt and then got staked, you can only do 1 blood point a turn. You're not in a good state of mind. But an elder is just kind of
solidly. My question was specifically because my Monday character, Hiram, it would literally take his entire blood pool to heal a staking. If he was full.
That's because he's so bad at life. So, like,
Spira, can I do a drive check to see how quickly I can drive over there?
Yes.
Just normal 6. Five successes.
Jesus, you're excited.
This is a good roll night, you know?
Damn. I'm so sorry, Luther. I'm so sorry.
Not to be fucking sorry.
I'm gonna get chewed out later, and I deserve it. I'm sorry.
Later, it's gonna happen. Like, oh yeah, you want to do this right here in the grocery store? Like, yeah, game on. Like, it's gonna be bad.
Okay, what?
I got 5 successes.
Good. Okay. Yeah, you, Dukes of Hazzard that shit over to the warehouse. You actually find something and you ramp over it.
Oh, no one will believe it though, but it happened.
Theo totally does not move at all.
Oh.
You left it too long.
I know Rebecca has no fucking idea how this works, so...
Yeah, but like she's like, okay, Dinah said he'd be okay, and also she's like half convinced that he's playing dead like a dog. Like,
Dinah does though. Dinah knows how this works.
Yeah, but he's fucking with Rebecca.
yeah.
Oh.
So she's running. She's currently running off of Dinah said he's gonna be fine, and Theo's kind of a shit sometimes. I'm gonna give it like another couple
he
minutes.
deserves to be a shit at this point. He literally like volunteered to be staked, and then we almost waffled on him.
Well,
Yeah, that you
we
sat there in
strong.
front of him and
You
insulted him for 40 damn minutes.
Still only Dinah, not Rebecca.
Still within.
My hands are clean.
No, you drew a monocle and mustache on him. He's gonna
Oh,
have to
like
take
he
it
won't think
serious.
he won't think that's funny.
That's true, though. That's solidly true. His first response would be, "Look, I'm Abraham."
Hey.
Hey.
Okay. So at the state of things right now, Hector is entranced by Dinah and remains in the line of her gaze, so he isn't doing anything. The other two have been tackled and are being held by Bjorn and Jake, respectively.
Oh, okay. And one of them is also dominated and held by one of the two.
Okay, Abraham, you were closer to the one that Jake got a hold
No,
of.
I specifically said the one in front of the door.
Oh, okay, good. Then,
And he's probably fighting whoever it is to close the door.
Okay, so that's taken care of. However, Jake still has the one in his grip up against the wall. He has him squashed pretty hard, but he does yell out for help.
How far away is that guy?
Solid from the door.
From me, from the table that Theo was laying on. Bark.
"30 feet.
And okay, so how? I will start hobbling over towards him and see if I can catch his eye on the way, though he's probably a little bit busy.
Okay, one sec.
I guess I'll be right back.
After the guy yells, Jake, who basically had a hand on the back of his head anyway, pulls it back and smashes it very hard against the brick wall. The guy goes sliding down into a crumpled mess of meat.
Well then, I hobble back to the table.
But as you do so, you do start to hear some commotion coming from the other side of that door.
Hector, why don't you tell him it's alright, honey?
Yeah, of course. And he starts walking over to the door, opens it up, and starts walking down the stairs, and you can hear him kind of saying to everybody that was down there, hey, it's alright, just one of the packages is acting a little ornery. We got it under control. You can hear mixed commotion. It sounds like someone's still walking up the stairs, but people have otherwise stopped moving. And Hector continues walking down the stairs trying to talk to them.
And at this point, Rebecca's maybe going to shake Theo a little bit.
He's gonna open one eye at you and like wink, like, "Hey, keep this facade going. I want to see how they're." You would get it. Like he's like, "Wink, like back to your places, assholes."
Yeah, no, like with a wink, she'll be like, "Oh, ass," and then just go away.
I'm gonna reach out for. Oh wait, no, Bjorn is holding the guy that I am also holding.
So if the person comes up the stairs, like Guy's gonna go, oh yeah, no, one of the that guy, and she's gonna point to like Abraham, kind of just giving us some rough. He knocked that guy, but we got him back.
Rebecca's gonna stand in front of the meat pile.
Jake, he's not like necessarily the brightest bulb, but he gets it, and he stands like, you know, he helps with his legs and just kind of stands in front.
So Bjorn is still holding down a guy. That doesn't really help our story.
Isn't it up the
Oh,
stairs?
I thought he was. What?
Oh,
He was
like,
dominated. Bjorn is still
someone
holding him.
is still kind of moving up the stairs. They haven't come out of the door yet.
No, I thought Bjorn pinned him like as he was running up the stairs, so he's up the stairwell, kind of hidden.
No. He was about to go down the
running down the stairs.
Yeah, at the same time that I dominated him. So he's fighting you to close the door because that was the last instruction he got.
Well, the door got closed, but then opened again. And then
Yeah,
closed
I
again.
specifically told him, close the door and let no one through.
Oh.
So that is the only thing that he cares about right now. Or mostly, like...
Theo will just like, sort of like, under his breath, and sort of like a harsh kind of voice, just like, places! Kind of like a theater places everyone.
Rebecca's
and
not
Jake,
gonna move. She's kind of gonna lean over to Jake and just say, "Holy shit!"
yeah. Jake even kind of tries to maybe like scoot the guy a bit under the table that was nearby, just with the back of his heel.
Bjorn's gonna stand up holding the guy that he had tackled with his arm around his neck, kind of like, actually in an arm lock around the guy's neck, but kind of like in a, no, we're just friendly hanging here.
Yes, bro.
Oh my god, this is some farcical shit. I goddamn love it.
I'm at this point, I'm still kind of
Best
hobbling
combat.
towards the door very slowly. I'm hobbling towards the door very slowly.
Theo is like solid, like, I should just leave. This is...
As after Hector went down the stairs to tell everyone it was okay, the person that Bjorn has a hold of is, still struggling after Abraham's command to reclose that door. Bjorn, are you just still holding tight? Okay. Otherwise, everybody's kind of in position, wherever they are.
Can I like do a perception check? Like, how bad does this all look?
Gorgeous and yelling.
No, it looks amazing. We have it under control.
As
my
I hobble towards the door,
expertise-
I'll put my hand on my head.
It's a very old vampire. How Three Stooges does this look right now? On a scale of 1 to 10.
I'm Harpo.
On the scale of one to Stooge.
On a curly,
Where are we?
on a scale of Mo to Curly, how bad does this look?
Well, Rebecca, Jake, Dinah, and Bjorn can all give me...
Is it a performance roll? Oh, please.
Yes.
Me too?
I
Wait,
say,
I don't think I have performance.
Appearance,
performance-
hold on, okay. Appearance performance at 6. If you don't have performance, you can do appearance at 7.
No, like the skill does not exist on the mage sheet.
Right. Let me look at your sheet real quick. I forgot that didn't even exist.
Fuck you, Dinah. I don't want to ever hear that you're complaining about you having bad rolls, ever.
Rebecca, I'm gonna let you use expression just because it's the only thing that matches for mage at all.
5 successes, so Bjorn looks natural as fuck.
Yeah, 3 successes. I look pretty much like a drunk person stumbling toward the door.
Alright, so actually, Rebecca and Jake look like they're just bored, leaning against the wall, waiting to get paid. Bjorn, being the big old angry Viking party guy that he is, looks like he's just manhandling his buddy. Dinah, similarly, looks like she's just, maybe Dinah looks a little like, I'm out of place here, but I just got, brought into this job. I just want to get paid. And Abraham looks like a hobo that has been brought here very, typically for a while. So while you hear still that kind of back and forth on the stairs, someone else does finally, come out the door, sees all this, and Hector, by his side is still just, laughing and said, yeah, the drunk one over there just got a little too rough, but friend over there, and he nods at Jake, took care of it. So the other guy with him is shaking his head and looks a little doubtful, but the scene looks okay.
Wait. Hector's our dominated guy now? Sorry,
Yes.
No,
He's experienced.
he is presenced.
Yes.
Okay, but Hector belongs to Elvish.
One
We have
of
another
the
guy that belongs
randos.
to us.
Yeah, one of the randos belongs to me.
Bjorn
we
is
don't know
still
who Hector's
hearing
talking
the
to.
one that belongs to Zips.
Someone else just came up the stairs with Hector. Yeah, and we'll call the other ones randos. Rando 1, Rando 2.
Fine with me.
What is this game? What is even?
What is even
this?
know.
I only
Trash masterpiece.
I'm only responsible for a touch of
Oh,
this.
you're the one person, and well, Luther is slightly more, is slightly more guiltless.
I've
Like-
done nothing. I've recently been unstaked.
Okay,
No,
so it's
so,
solidly me, Bjorn, Rebecca, and Dinah. It's us four.
The ST is steering this car.
Directions, and I'm trying to follow them.
No.
I'm in a
ST
car
is
with a bunch of
steering this
drunk
car, but
people
it's a
that are
clown car.
grabbing my face, and I'm like, okay, hold on.
Solidly Rebecca and Dinah. This is definitely.
For sure, it is just them.
To be fair, I kicked it off with stake me, and you said yes.
This is
yes.
This is probably
Yes,
best
deal.
case scenario that suggestion could have had.
At
You had faith.
this point, Luther, you're pulling into the parking lot, and if you happen to have your windows down or anything, you're going to hear some weird noises from inside.
No, but he would park his car and get out.
Just to relay information again, since it was about an hour or so ago, you do see a couple small cars, sedans parked outside, one large white van, and then a nicer 4-door parked. It kind of skidded to a halt. You can even see the little tire marks
The
off
car
to
that
the
would
side.
probably set me off would be Rebecca's car. He would remember
That
Rebecca's
one you might have seen off by the tree line if you were looking. If you were specifically looking for it, you saw it was actually further away.
car. Okay, but yeah, he would probably just head to the address itself.
Yep.
And he He is like, he gets out of the car and obviously probably next to the one that skids. And what does he hear? You said he hears some weird stuff.
Just a mix of voices, and nothing too particular. If you're looking for it, you'll hear maybe Rebecca's and Dinah's.
What does it sound joyous? Does it sound?
Sounds fine.
Okay, if he hears them talking, it sounds fine.
Not arguing, not yelling, not fighting.
Yeah, he's angry right now. He's not happy. He would go pouty,
Rick is such a pinch.
walk over to the place. Maybe peek in the window real quick as he's walking by, make sure everything's okay before he goes in.
If you skirt by the window and look in, they're dingy, but like you can see again, no one looks like they're in like a grappling or like fighting position. It's just a bunch of people standing a few feet apart from each other.
Oh, we're underground.
We have never actually reached the basement. We are still in the warehouse above ground.
So they're just standing around as if like nothing is happening.
We're looking.
I'm just saying, what Luther sees, he just sees them standing around.
It looks
no
like,
biggie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll very angrily fling open the door.
We just got our skit straight, and you're just like busting it in. Now, fuck it.
Yeah.
I love this. This is great.
And then 5 elder vampires walk into a bar.
Fucking dumpster fire. I fucking love this.
Every comedy act needs a straight man, and that's why Luther came just in time.
How far away am I from this mysterious other person?
Yeah, this was actually going really well. Like, for a hot garbage 30-second plan.
Maybe 5 to 6 feet. I know you said you were pretty close to the door.
Yeah. Okay. So
If Hector lives through this, he's solidly my bitch for a week. Like, we can just get everything we want from him.
I really think that's crazy high for a third dot, but it's what it says in the rules, and I never really worked out anything.
You can lessen that if you want to. That is really crazy high.
Spoiler alert: he won't live.
In any chance, so I'm while this door slams, I'm kind of reaching for this one person that we don't know.
I do want to real quick. Can I get a perception? I don't know, it's memory, whatever the hell. Do I know who this rando is? Well, the stranger that came up the stairs. Or can I try to know? I've dealt with lots of Sabat. Well, not Sabat, sorry. Just what you call it.
Go ahead.
Setites, yeah. A lot of Setites. Actually, a fair amount of Sabat. Samedi aren't really on a side.
Go ahead and roll. Perception streetwise against 9.
I am slowly stumbling my way drunkenly towards this newcomer.
As soon as Luther bursts through the door, like just about a second after, Jake yells out, "Hey, Luther, glad you could join the party."
Jake, you're my spirit animal.
Solidly a fail, even with accidental way too many die.
18 D10. 18 D10.
Theo dies. Theo just final death.
Hold on, did you say before I go in or after I go in?
Oh, after.
As you open the door and Jake sees you, he calls out to you.
Fuck Theo. God damn it. He's gonna die by the end of the night.
Sorry, once again.
Okay, all of the rest of us are rolling good enough to cover you.
So I fling open the door, and then Jake's like, "Hey, man, nice to see you."
Yeah.
Okay. Luther will like hold up a finger to him as he just storms up right to Dinah. I'm assuming she's like casually standing next to something.
She was.
No. I cannot believe I have to come all the way down here
Luther,
have this
hey,
conversation.
no, man, we got the packages here. I know you wanted to see Hector yourself, right? And Hector takes a second but nods. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's your fucking poker face, man?
Look, I'm sorry, honey. That's
terrible!
The stranger with Hector still looks like he feels like something weird's going on. Looks to Hector again as, why are there so many people here? Drop-off's supposed to be in and out. Done. Who are all these people? Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I guess people had some tag-alongs. Look, the one over there. I'm gonna get him prepped, get him in the van. Look, he can barely stand up anyway. He's gonna be no trouble. Just head back downstairs. Now I get to roll NPCs against each other.
Woo, NPC rolls.
So I don't recognize him. Can I roll to see if he recognizes me? I'd assume no. It didn't seem like it.
No, it doesn't look that way. I'm just gonna let you know he doesn't seem to.
I mean, fuck it. We can kill everything now. We've reached the zenith of Theo's plan. He has won. His ego is now hurt in every possible way. You guys badmouthed him. No one recognizes him. No one even knows what he is. He's a fucking Nazi now. He's like, no, scorched earth, kill it all. It's fine.
My hands are
Give the
only
word.
stained.
Give the word. Give the word.
We have to get the fucking information, man.
Hey.
Oh no.
Hey. So Hector did really good, and his friend is like, all right, he still doesn't like this, but Hector starts leading him back down, or Hector leads him to the stairs to go back down. Bjorn is still manhandling his new best friend, and Hector goes over to Abraham and sort of like starts kind of just propping him up, just like, okay, up.
Alright.
I think I'll self-control roll for Theo.
That's fair.
Because, like, legit, like, all he cares about is his domain and his status. Not even Camarilla, just in general. He's like, I've been here forever, I deserve respect, and I think he's done now.
He's like Papyrus.
No, the fact, yeah, flat out. Just flat out. No one even knows who the fuck he is. He's like, no, I'm done.
Yep, nope, that's fair.
I would expect nothing less.
I can absolutely see him getting mad at that. Yep, nope. Roll that willpower. Or whatever.
No,
Self-control?
Self-control is going to be your self-control roll. Oh, difficulty, yeah, 6.
Theo holds it together for another minute.
You have your difficulty set at less than 6.
He has it
by the
backwards,
way.
but he still got 1 success.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
okay.
for sure. It just
Yeah, sorry.
confused me for a second.
Yeah, I was like, how does 10 equal 2?
Theo magic. Syphilis does crazy shit to your brain. Theo continues playing dead on the table.
Okay, so is Hector in the room alone?
He's right by Abraham, like kind of was propping him up as if he was like, trying to, deal with this drunken hobo.
But like rando left, right?
One rando is passed out on the ground behind you and Jake, and one rando is still in Bjorn's grasp.
Yeah. I just mean third rando that got convinced he
Yeah,
left.
the rando.
Oh, yeah, he's downstairs just having a moment.
Wait, the guy who Hector was talking to, where is he?
He went back downstairs.
So Rebecca's gonna look over at the vampires because she doesn't know who did it. Okay, so is someone gonna ask him questions?
Oh, yes, honey, I got you.
Oh, you got her? Is that you sure you're not just gonna say something and just turn back on it real quick?
Oh, hey, Luther,
Not the time, Luther. I'm sorry.
we came to the warehouse. I'm glad you could make it.
Thanks,
Theo on the
Rebecca.
Bjorn this whole time has the guy still under the arm. It's just like, Luther, you made it. We're on it. Are you on the mission too?
Theo on the table as you say that, just gonna go, ah!
Also, how did we get here? What is this happening in this room?
Most of us drove.
I will say, no, I am with Luther. What is going on? Why are we in the middle of a warehouse? What?
Because our job was supposed to root out the kidnappers. We found them. Hooray for us.
I'm just as surprised I didn't want to wait a day. I thought they wanted to stake me twice.
Well, I didn't want to stake you once.
All right.
Hold on,
Who is?
Why was Theo staked? What happened?
That's a good question.
It's the only way that I
the old
could.
stake and switch. You know that one.
It's the only way that I could give him a makeover.
He thought it would be a good cover to bring in someone, especially he wanted to see what would happen if we brought in someone with a higher status, see if these people recognize people.
Well,
Wait,
apparently that was a waste of time.
Can we focus on what's important at the moment? What's going on downstairs?
We should
Why
ask.
don't
We should
we
ask
kill
Hector.
everyone?
That is what I plan to do.
Find out.
And if Theo says we should kill everyone and find out, Bjorn's gonna snap the neck of the guy he's holding.
Bjorn, what the shit?
What? Hey,
Hold
nope.
on.
Just
No, you
gotta
gotta
roll.
roll it. You gotta roll it.
Hold on though. Real quick. Me and Bjorn were good friends. What's Bjorn's humanity like? Does Theo know?
Not that high.
High enough to at the whim just kill a dude.
A dude who's in charge
Not a-
of like murdering and
No,
torturing
he's not
people.
holding Hector though. He's holding a
Right, but he's
But no,
but it's
I'm
like,
holding. Look,
I'm
I'm not
holding
gonna go
back.
murder a random individual, but somebody who's associated with people abducting.
Yeah, this is killing a mercenary.
Spira says no.
I was
don't-
gonna say it seems like these are
Am I
disconnected.
misreading this?
You are
Random.
no longer human. Things weigh on your soul. Your beast gets hungrier when you do these things. You would have to roll humanity if you do this.
That's what I'm saying. Is like Hector. I would argue with the storyteller that like I shouldn't have to roll humanity. This guy's a piece of fucking shit and needs to go. Rando dude, maybe not so much.
He's
They're all
just a
in
guy
it.
doing a job.
I don't know. That's why I said what would Theo think of the situation, measuring him.
Dinah, you can ask a question today.
I wanted to see if he actually snapped this dude's neck or not, okay? I was waiting for that. Don't fucking... No time has passed. Fuck you.
I mean, I'll roll humanity. What? Do you want me to roll humanity?
I just want to further explain this a bit. Okay, you as like an average higher humanity human, like you might even look at someone and be like, they should die, but you'd be like, I'm gonna call the police, let it go through the right channels. I'm not gonna just snap someone's neck. Vampire, you might feel more inclined to just do that, but then you still have to make that roll because then your beast goes, killing and blood.
Now, clarify though, isn't that unless it's justified? So, like, in some way, like when I killed the guy in
Like in self-defense.
well, and I didn't kill the guy.
He's dominated. He's under a
Oh
grapple.
no, I'm not saying this guy deserves that role.
You yell at
alright?
me all the time for not asking questions publicly.
Yes,
I'm
I
saying.
know. I'm
So,
explaining.
Theo's role earlier about the guy who enjoyed all the torture that's happening in this basement. You didn't make me roll humanity, because Theo was like, I can't allow you to continue living because you're such a monster.
I was still weighing it out. This definitely, I feel like you don't even know if this is a ghoul, if he's
No,
been
I'm not saying
dominated.
this situation. I'm just saying in reference between now and then,
Yes.
two different situations.
Potentially. I'm still weighing that one out, and the guy hasn't died yet.
I mean, sure, but he will.
Most likely, I'm weighing things out. That's why it wasn't an immediate... You didn't immediately snap someone's neck. You set something terrible, actually, so that's one thing. Bjorn potentially snapping a stranger's neck, even though he's involved in something terrible, that's where I'm gonna say...
Theo, just so Bjorn knows, Theo totally would support that. So Theo would be like, yes, that's what I've been waiting for. Let's move.
Abraham is solidly going to say, what the fuck was that?
It
Abraham does
wait.
not support it, and Bjorn would know that as well.
Did it happen? Are we saying?
I'm waiting
Well, no,
for
it's in the process. I'm just saying,
what
like, because Bjorn is old friends, Bjorn would obviously in his head know how people would react, at least people that are close.
Did
And
it
Theo would
happen or
know
not?
Abraham
Like,
wouldn't agree, but he would argue with Abraham later
did it-
about the
did it
morale.
happen? Did it happen or not?
No, he's trying to do it still, I think.
This defines the next set of interactions. So did it happen or not?
While we do the interaction,
This is both a question to Spira and Modi.
We can't interact until that gets resolved.
Modi,
what?
are you snapping the dude's neck?
Yes.
Okay.
He is attempting to. So does that happen?
Okay. First I need strength and brawl against 6. I'm trying to double check the degeneration roll.
That'll be 7 successes to snap his neck.
Fucking gross.
If Luther doesn't spend blood points to vomit, I'm gonna be sad.
He's gonna react for sure.
It says it's a conscience roll.
Yeah.
Difficulty
Yeah, it's conscience against your humanity, which is 5. So roll 3 dice against 5. It's interesting. It's harder to succeed at higher humanity because it's supposed to be difficult for you to do those sins. It gets easier to pass, but if you do fail, then you get closer and closer to becoming a white.
1 success.
Okay. Bjorn is able to digest this. In fact, it is supposed to be that you feel guilt and not that you specifically go, that was perfectly fine. So you actually start to feel a little bit like, I didn't know this guy's whole story. I don't know if he was dominated or what's going on.
But you know, tomorrow.
Yeah.
And just explaining my next intention is, after I finish snapping this guy's neck, I'm gonna immediately move towards the door and start making my way. Whatever the fuck is downstairs, Bjorn wants to know what the fuck is going on downstairs.
What the fuck
Holy
was
shit!
this?
No, stop! Fuck!
Luther will turn
2
away
seconds.
from
Don't
that
make this messy if we don't have to.
and put an arm on Dinah to kind of like steady himself and kind of get like a little bit weak in the knees.
Jake is physically heading toward Bjorn to stop him.
What the fuck was this?
Look, just move past me.
I
Hector
thought
up
we were
here.
done with the games. Are we not trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with
They
all
don't.
of this?
We're not sure if they keep it here. Hector mentioned a van. They take them somewhere else. We need to figure out where they take them.
And what the fuck is downstairs? I just want to know what the
Why
fuck.
don't we ask him? Hector is right goddamn
Hector.
here!
Let me just get Hector up here, and he can fucking tell us. He can give us a goddamn grand tour.
Hector
Hold your
is
court.
up here, baby girl.
What?
Hector is up here. He's with Abraham.
Stairs.
Yeah, I am leaning on him right now.
Oh, I didn't know
Hector's right.
that. Just hold your horses, man. Hold on. Hector. what
He's
is
succeeded,
downstairs?
by the way, Theo.
What?
Neck has been snapped.
Oh, no, I know. I asked.
Hector, honey. What is downstairs?
Few of my buddies. There's a couple of humans chained up. Some and he tries to think about it. I don't know how they make it, but it's booze and blood kind of somehow mixed together. We got a good stash of it. And he starts like thinking, I mean, there's the tools, jukebox. It's mostly it.
Exactly. They have kind down there. Now give me a moment.
Hold on a second.
Just wait.
Hector, where do they take the others? If kind of down here, where do they take the kindred?
Depends. Whoever bought them.
Bought them? Who buys them?
Well, sometimes they buy them outright. Sometimes they go to the auction.
Would you be able to give us directions to the auction?
Theo will, real quick, like, as long as Bjorn's not too far away, kind of like, well, he probably sat up from the table a while ago, but lean over to, like, Bjorn and be like, all morals until shit has to get done.
I mean, I could, it changes places, though. There's not, like, a set location.
Dinah, ask him when the next auction is. There
Yes,
probably
yes.
isn't
How
one right
do you
now.
get on this invite list?
When's the next, when is the next auction, Hector?
It's usually once a month. We just had one not too long ago, though, so it's probably going to be another 3 weeks or so. I usually get at least the date and the location. Of course, they change it, you know, so it's not too obvious.
Is Hector a vampire or a human? I don't remember. Sorry.
Hector is a Bruja, as you found out. Someone did. I think Theo would have been filled in by this point on that.
Can we blood bond him quickly? Is that a thing we could do?
Dinah already has him entranced for a while. I'm probably going to shorten it from 3 weeks. I think that's pretty intense. But she has him for at least like a few days minimum. She's going to have him for like a solid week at least. If you want to blood bond him, you can feed him someone's blood tonight and start the first level, but it takes 3 feedings on different nights.
So 3 nights.
Yeah.
And Dominate would hold out for that or whatever it was.
The entrancement gonna hold. That's why I was saying like 3 weeks is insane for just a third dot that doesn't even have a very high difficulty. So that's why I'm gonna slightly reassess that after the game, but she's basically kind of got him for a while. It's mostly the questions basically have to come through her and commands, but she's got him.
Can he tell on her? As someone who's in trance, like, can he be like, no, she
Not
told
about
me
telling
to do
not
that?
to.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, is that...
Or,
can
you know,
set up a system
I
of
have...
rules?
Yeah, I have ways to solve that as well. So, like, between the two of us, we got this.
Alright. Theo will just kind of, like, rub his temples. If you're not gonna let us kill him, then, I don't know, blood bond him so we can control him until then.
Okay, yes. So in this situation, especially because it's fresh and she got such high successes on it, that's why he's answering fluently now. But it's not like if you actually told him don't say anything else, but someone he was close to asked him questions, he would answer them. It's like all. It's not a perfect like 5-level mess with your brain dominate. It's like he's just very open to you. Someone else could still, if he has someone more in charge of him or he trusts more and they ask him to do something and you're not around, good chance he could still fall into doing whatever they ask or doing anything of his own free will.
Oddly, though, Dominate 5 doesn't mess with the brain, so that's interesting.
I meant
I know I'm being a smartass.
really high successes on like 4 is pretty bad. Yeah. Even that with 4 presence. 3, it's a long time, but it only works so well. He's actually being a little more fluent than maybe he should be.
Yeah. Well, I'm not complaining.
I haven't done a lot of high level Steam before. But anyway.
Okay, so
Yes,
recap.
the
The
plan
auction
should work.
was. I'm sorry, I was typing. The auction was when and where.
Oh, he doesn't know yet. It's about once a month, and he gets the location and time a little closer too, because it changes places. It's
And
not,
it
it's
just
not like
happened.
one building, and yeah, one just happened, so he doesn't know the new one just yet.
So Theo recommends blood bonding.
Yep. Why don't you step over here, honey?
Hold on, real quick, just to clear, just for storytelling. Would blood bond 3 keep him from ratting what we're doing out?
Far better than entrancement, because at Blood Bond 3, now other things can still work on him. He can still be dominated or forced in other ways by other people, but a third blood, like a full blood bond, will essentially keep Kindred keen to keeping you safe and following what you command. So, like, just straight out asked, if he was told by you to not say anything, would basically follow that. If faced with someone of a decent skill, it's not a perfect system. Dominate being the nasty thing that it is might be your better bet. I'll just be honest.
I mean,
Why
why
is
not?
Though, would dominate work?
No, I mean like the nasty stuff, like rewriting memories and
Yeah,
setting
that's
commands.
solidly where Abraham's mind is. Is I can
So
just
both.
make you
So
forget.
both is what I'm hearing.
Why not both is solidly the best plan right now.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell him to kind of step over there, and I'm gonna attempt to blood bond him.
I'll lean into Bjorn. Let's clean up downstairs. No casualties, though.
Yeah, Dinah kind of yells at, like, not nods at you, like go.
Well, no, I'm literally whispering in Bjorn's ear.
Well, no,
all you get is
regardless,
a as Bjorn makes towards the door to the downstairs.
I'll follow, but I will repeat to you real quick. They're squeamish. Let's keep this gentle.
So you hide the bodies.
No, Dinah fully expects you guys to kill the people down there. It's like, just
I would like to... Bjorn would know that I would like to observe, then act. He's not one to shoot first and ask questions later. He's more of a witness a crime, then kill everyone in the vicinity.
I've got a feeling that he mentioned.
And we're about to walk
alcohol, and then they're
downstairs
just keeping...
and watch people imprisoned. Therefore crime, therefore act.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Pretty
I
much.
have a sickening feeling this guy kind of mentioned blood alcohol, and then they're just keeping these kind here and draining them. I have a feeling this place is a fucked up brewery. This place
But
is
yeah.
a goddamn fucking brewery.
Yeah.
Anyway, like, in character-wise, you will, like, Bjorn and I think Thea will both head downstairs to clean up.
I will close the door behind us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Not as a to protect you to make a statement of Theo and Bjorn are going to take care of some business now.
No, Rebecca wants to go see. So she's going to wait and then open the door.
No.
No, well, that's
I mean,
on her.
you
That's on
can't-
her.
I
I'm
can't
not locking
stop
the
you,
door.
but-
It just closing it and being like, Theo and I are taking care of business.
That's nice. No, she'll open
It's
it
about to get-
and...
Before they leave, be careful. Do not make eye contact with anyone. They have a Ventru.
I appreciate it, Abram.
Thea will nod in, like, one of his most respectful, like, he definitely recognizes your skill and appreciates like, your advice.
We're gonna take a break.
Hey!
Ooh.
Much later than usual. We usually do like at least 3, but we will take a second little break right now, before Theo and Bjorn go and have some fun downstairs. As I've said before, if you have any questions about the game, players, PCs, whatever else, go ahead and post them and we will answer them while we take a couple minutes if anyone wants to run and grab a drink or anything else in the meantime. Yeah.
So how does
Bjorn, real
Elvish...
quick. away from me.
What?
So how does Elvish feel? Or I'm sorry. So how does Dinah feel about getting a pet?
Right? Oh my god.
yeah,
No, Dinah
and
solidly hates all of the people here and does in fact want them dead. She just wanted to make sure she got the information she needed first before we started killing people.
No. So
Now we got it! Go ahead!
that's
Like,
one of the few pieces
free the
where,
people
like,
downstairs, please.
that's one of the few pieces where Theo feels like he might, because Dinah and him clearly have not gotten along, and he does not feel better about everything that was said while he was staked. However, he solidly believes that Dinah, while maybe wouldn't do what's happening herself, will not argue that this is the moral action.
Oh yeah.
Like, they're not just like, oh, I was dominated and I killed a guy. They're relishing in terrible pain and
Oh yeah.
trafficking.
No, yeah, Dinah wants to kill all these fucking people.
yeah. Abraham,
About
however,
herself. She is actually a fairly violent person. That is just not her job right now. Her job is to entrance and bloodbond this guy and keep him away from the violence downstairs, because that will make him really not want to do that despite the entrancement.
No. Dinah is the dog walker, and Bjorn and Theo are the dogs at the moment. So
yeah.
she does not
And
believe
Theo
by
and
not
Bjorn,
arguing them going
Theo and
downstairs.
Bjorn both solidly know that that Abraham is kind of closer towards Luther in this particular. Like, he kind of vaguely understands that this maybe should be what's done, but I don't want to know shit about it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be involved with it. That's why I have mind powers and not fortitude.
I was going to say, like, that would probably be, like, Theo's thing would be, like, why did you get the money men involved? Like, keep the corporate people corporate. Let the fixers do the fixing.
And he is a little afraid that because they upset this place, that they're not going to get an update on the auction and that piece of information might be lost. However, like, we need to save these people, though. Like, and kill the motherfuckers downstairs. And if we don't do it now, they might get away.
And then after those two leave, Abraham's solidly going to stand next to the door and try and make anyone who walks through that door sleep in case the Ventrue got their hands on one of them.
Rebecca solidly doesn't like most of the people in this group right now.
Why would Rebecca follow the two flat out at this point? Like,
Because she's an experienced junkie and feels like this is part of being a vampire, and so she should witness it.
I feel like PTSD is not an experience you should covet.
That's not what she thinks she's gonna get. And also, Dinah, the chick that she thought was chill, is going to go make someone her blood slave. Like really, no room is the good room right now.
Okay.
Why is that wrong with this dude?
It's still fucking creepy as shit to her. Like, she's not gonna say that you're in a morally bad place, but that doesn't mean she wants to watch it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So instead, go watch.
Instead, go watch these other people. She at least knows what violence is like.
Dinah's getting real tired of having to explain herself to absolutely fucking everyone.
She's not gonna ask about it, so like you don't have to worry about Rebecca ever asking her about her morality on this. She's just making up her mind.
I'm trying, man.
You're totally fine. Like what it comes down to is that she's trying to get to know these people better. She's probably gotten to know Dinah the best aside from Thea, who's mostly in backstory. And she's witnessing the person that she knows best doing something that she kind of finds morally not great, but she understands why it's being done. But she should still it's just kind of a weird fucking place for her, man. She doesn't shame or blame Dinah, but she's not comfortable.
Hey, me too.
Hey!
I'm not super comfortable either. So that's, but like I understand, but I'm like I don't know. I do money. I don't do that.
Right.
So this is gonna be fun.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Luther, high five to being the moral compasses-ish of the group.
Fuck you,
Of the vampires.
I was gonna say after 300-400 years, I don't know that Theo knows what a moral compass looks like.
I don't know. I think the reason
Theo is right.
He likes corpses a lot, though. So, like, if you desecrate a corpse, you get pretty upset.
Yeah, I think the reason that Abraham still has as high a humanity as he does is because he deals with humans a lot. Like, less so in recent years, since the internet has been invented, but he deals with humans very, very regularly in the stock market. And so, you know, he has to keep his humanity up or he's going to start creeping people out.
Dinah does too. Dinah talks with artists and hires them all the time.
Hey, he's just given a reason.
Yeah.
No sad face.
Also, like,
that
Rebecca knows what the theory of blood bonding is. Like, Luther and Dinah already explained that to her. She has no idea how these motherfuckers are going to fuck people up. And
Also, Spira is solidly, yeah, if you want to call this one, because I have a feeling that Bjorn and Theo would like to get graphic. And that might be better saved for a date where the dark, seedy, graphic underbelly of what's about to happen can come out, and especially Rebecca's reaction to seeing it, if she follows. I wouldn't want to rush that.
I was just thinking, so the thing is, like, I am, like, 2/3 ready for this, because I figured this was going to happen. I didn't necessarily think it was either going to be tonight, because I was thinking there's potential you guys have been so cautious with New York. I was like, but like, now I gave you guys, you know, some nice characters to work with.
I mean, Angel drove to Werewolf House.
Yeah, no, so, like, I'm pretty much ready for this fight. Honestly, it was more like I didn't have the pictures ready for some people that are downstairs and didn't necessarily work out some diagramming I would have done beforehand tonight if I thought you guys were heading to the second floor already.
For anything else to do.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry.
Well, no, like, I thought there was still a good chance you guys were gonna leave, but Bjorn is a Viking and Theo is a hot-headed mess sometimes, so totally realistic. In that case, though, just before we actually wrap up, Bjorn and Theo are, like, charging downstairs. We got that. That's understood. Luther, Abraham, Rebecca, and Dinah, however, are still on the ground floor. Let me hear that conversation. We got a bit of it. You were not sure about them heading down, but let me hear some more from you guys. They're going. You're not stopping them. Let me hear what you are thinking for a minute as they descend down the stairs.
Wait, you want to hear our conversation as they're
Rebecca,
going down?
Dinah, Luther, Abraham, and Jake are still on that ground floor. They're watching the Samedi and the Gangrel charge toward that door. And have been told by them, fuck you, you're not stopping us.
I wouldn't say we said, fuck you, we're not stopping this. We just had that look of, we're cleaning up. Like, this is stopping now, and we're going to make sure of that. I would say that I don't think that Bjorn and Theo would have done this in an irreverent way. This would definitely be this is an affront to nature, to humanity, to kind and kindred alike. This must end right now, and we're not going to wait a minute.
Like, Bjorn would be looking disgusted at everything that has gone on tonight and just like, this is ending. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't continue the conversation. This is ending. I'm going downstairs. You all have a good night.
Yeah, and Theo's following with, I am going to shoulder this burden with you because it must end. So I just don't want anyone to think they're relishing or enjoying or, like, bloodthirsty. This dog has to be put down, and I'm going to do it right now.
Mm-hmm. That said, though, I'll change the music from Theo and Bjorn's charging music. Still would like maybe a final word before we wrap up our game from maybe Rebecca, Abraham, Dinah, and Luther. And Jake is there, but he's a quiet pillar of a person.
I was about to blood bond this dude.
Oh yeah, you do.
Oh, I do it? Do I have to roll anything?
No. But if you want to act it out, you can.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Don't super need to go into great detail there. Like, she gives him, like, she bites into her wrist and then, like, gives it to him to feed from. Like, that's pretty much it.
He's entranced by you in the first place, and he... Not that you specifically know this, but you might even have an inkling he's a younger Kinjuru. So the smell of kindred blood is enticing on its own. The second he even tastes it, he's going to, fully grab your wrist and drink deeply until basically you stop him.
Yep.
Rebecca is going to, ignoring that, walk up to Jacob.
And I'm just because I'm not going to say anything, I'm just going to kind of walk near the door and be quiet and kind of look at the ground.
Luther would probably. Well, is this dude still sucking on Dinah's wrist?
She'll, pull him away before he does any damage.
Yeah, okay. Because it would just be awkward to talk to someone, I'd imagine, during that.
Yeah, no, we can assume that, like, he's fed and the wound's been closed and, like, yeah, no, that's done. All right, Hector, now you go and you sit over there for a little bit, okay?
Yeah, okay. He's a little flushed from fresh kindred blood.
Rebecca's gonna pat Jacob on the arm. Hey, I owe you a drink, and thanks for making sure that we were all okay.
He shakes his head in a somewhat humorous way. Girl, how you get yourself into so much trouble and you ain't even a part of our little society?
Wait, timeline-wise, Theo and Bjorn are, like, moving swiftly down the stairs.
Yeah, that's a good...
Is she following or not? Because she said she's going to follow.
Sorry, so, like, I wanted her to say bye to Jacob and then go. Like, I want there to be a bit of space between her and the chaos that's happening in the basement.
Yeah. All those things were simultaneous. That happened in 5 seconds, but 5 minutes for us.
Well, no, that's all I'm saying. Is she taking time out to have a conversation or follow?
She's taking time to say, I'm
bro.
going to owe you a drink. Thank you for coming. And then she's going to
that doesn't take long. I was curious.
I said this was happening as you charge at the door. So either you're like opening the door, this is happening. You start going down the stairs.
She's gonna have to go to the stairs, and I'm gonna say it is, I think, going to be bad down there.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think it's much better up here.
Give me an empathy roll, Zim. Save her, please. You would know the viciousness we could get up to. Yeah, like you would super know that humanity...
Hector said there's 2 humans chained up. That doesn't mean, like, just chains wrapped around them.
You're like, please, empathy, roll something. Don't let her do it.
That means some meat locker shit.
I get experience and all, but it's not.
Okay, so I will say, he is, it is going to be bad down there, to which you respond, what was it? It's going to be bad up here too.
Yeah.
I have been around for many, many years, and there are some things that you never forget. And I'm going to put my hand on the door. Like, I am a weak dude, so, like...
You could liver punch him to oblivion. Just get him out of it.
I don't want bad things to happen. Let me murder this undead guy.
Okay. You share that with me, and I won't go downstairs.
Oh. And I do not look happy, by the way.
No, like, that's what she says to him. She says, you share that with me, and I won't go downstairs.
Oh my god, the blackmailing.
In the back of your head, you might have the twinge that, like, you could probably share with her some pretty dark shit that's not going to be as dark as Bjorn and Theo are about to get up to. If you thought about it for a second about what Theo might.
No, I can solidly say.
Like a small Sabbat ritual instead of what might be down there.
Yeah, what's down there is about to be a Jamisi ritual in the sewer after midnight on Mardi Gras or something.
Luther will probably turn to Dinah. Are we done here, or do we need to stick around?
I'm so sorry, Luther.
And you'll see he's probably didn't take too well to the whole neck snapping thing of Bjorn Bjornsson. Are we done here, or do we need to stick around?
I want to make sure they come back up, but otherwise, yeah, we're done here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll see you tomorrow. Something I can. And he'll just kind of slowly walk out.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that was such a dad response. I felt hurt.
Not upset. I'm just
disappointed.
Disappointed. So rough.
You'll like wake up, go down to the kitchen the next morning, and he's just like not really talking to you, and you just know he's hurt.
Just has the paper open. You don't see his eyes moving. Cup
But
of
you
coffee
know he's
untouched.
crying. He's crying.
Oh.
Oh man.
Oh, poor Luther.
I'm
Poor
so
guy.
hurt for him.
I feel so bad.
All right. I think this is a good spot to wrap though, because I know what's downstairs. And
Oh wait, does the body? Sorry, does Abraham agree?
Yes.
Then she doesn't go down.
we'll do that next time though. So next time, Rebecca and Abraham are going to have an interesting interaction. Luther's going to be heading out, rather disgusted. Dinah's going to feel brokenhearted. Bjorn and Theo are going to go on a rampage, which I have planned, but not the time for. So we're going to wrap the session here. As always, thank you to everybody who comes out and watches us live. Thank you to everybody who watches us on YouTube. And check below on both Twitch and YouTube for our Twitter link, our Discord link. Come join us there, hang out with us. We talk about World of Darkness games, D&D, and just really everything under the sun. Cool people hang out there. Come join us. Be a cool person.
Please do. We love you all.
Exactly. Yeah, come join us. Come hang out with us. I feel like I've gotten this down so much better that I always feel like I'm forgetting something.
D&D this Friday.
Yes, D&D is going to be this Friday at 9:30 p.m. EST. It is going to be our 4th episode, so if you want to catch up on the previous episodes, those will be on YouTube. Otherwise, it'll be like a new part of our adventure. We finished our big first bit as our new characters, so you can definitely join in and see where we go from there. And yeah, we will see you all on Friday, Monday for 2nd episode of our new VTM game run by Revolver C, and next Tuesday again. So thank you all, and we'll see you soon. Bye!
Bye-bye.